Let's see. Hello? Streamlabs, can I see my chat, please? Please? Streamlabs? There it is! Yeah, same. I feel that. What a mood. Also, hi, Lilac. Hello! I wanted to go with just the normal starting soon music today because I missed it. It's been a bit. How you doing, my friend? Oh, thank you, yes. I feel like that'll help. I owe you a drawing now. Yes, you do. I want Shadow Milk wearing the camping outfit. Oh. Hmm. In that case, I'll think on it. I don't know. That's awesome, though. Good. Yes! Maybe that will help bring him home. Also, I always welcome any and all artwork of Moth. I should find and share that drawing one of my Tumblr buddies did of my Moth wearing a Femboy Hooters uniform. It was just really beautiful artwork anyway, but also really funny. Lilac, remember that time that you, Hi, Steeple! Remember that time you drew a picture of them in the fucking box from Generation Loss? Aw, that's so cute! Rocky! Aww. Y'all, Silent Salt hits directly on a character archetype I have such a weak spot for, which is cool, scary-looking, like, intimidating dude who is incredibly soft on the inside. I have such a soft, weak spot in my heart for that character type. Ugh. I feel like I haven't talked much about that because there's so much to talk about with this update. But Silent Salt has definitely earned a lot of affection from me just right off the bat. Like, he's got a special place in my heart already. He's just such a sweetheart. Oh shit, it's time. The way he knocked over PV, tripping him, and then took his place so quickly is kind of insane. I'm kind of reeling. I wouldn't say, for me, that he's taken anyone's place. Also, hi! Like, Pure Vanilla is still my special little guy. Like, ugh. But Silent Salt has definitely earned himself a place alongside him, you know? Where's my game audio? Hello? 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 Where is it? There it is. And Iota list, but oh no! Boy, that was fast. Now, Pure Vanilla's had my heart for like 4 years. He's always been one of my favorites, even back when I was playing the game like a normal person. Why pit two bad bitches against each other? That's true. I love both of them. I have two hands. Alright, let me get in voice chat. Get the screen share going. Okay, I gotta figure out what's going on with my CPU usage, because I was worried at first because it surged unbelievably high, but then I closed Firefox and it just dropped back down like 20%. Something's fucked up. I think maybe when I opened my computer up and did a clean of it the other day, something got knocked out of whack or something. Maybe something with my cooling system on my CPU is not working properly anymore. I gotta work on that. I have one brain hand with tiny weak fingers. Oh no. I gotta unmute Discord. Hang on. Hi!
Hi.
I'm so sorry. I had it muted because, the notification sounds they play hell with my misophonia and, ADHD.
Totally alright.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to exist when it's making noises at me constantly.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi!
Meanwhile, my brain can hold every cat.
That's true, your brain can hold every cat.
Not new mic at all, but we did adjust the, levels of it, so...
Yeah, we made some adjustments to Steeple's audio settings, and it sounds a lot better, and the echo is significantly less bad.
Also,
I completely forgot.
Fan on.
I completely forgot I met Yuri at a convention. Oh, that's awesome! That's so cool. Wow, Yuri, getting to meet Yuri, that's like he's a voice acting legend.
Yeah, huge.
That's a huge deal. Congrats. He seems like a super cool guy. Like, I obviously, you know, I've never met him or anything, but
Yeah, he's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah, but I've scanned over his Twitter and stuff once, and he seems like a super chill dude.
Oh, actually reminds me.
I meet Yuri every day on Lesbian. Oh boy.
Hold on, I need to share what I found in the group chat.
Oh boy. Oh wow. Pure Vanilla Cookie's letter. Implied to be a love letter. Because of course he writes love letters.
Oh yeah, of course.
Goof-ass old man. Don't forget Cotton. Yes! I don't know much about her voice actress, unfortunately, but...
There you go.
If I did know, I've forgotten it by now. But, I do like Cotton, though. I remember when she came out, and then she was meta briefly, if I recall correctly. Or at least I used her in the arena. Oh my god, I'm gonna be poor after- oh no.
So in the Share Your Art channel, I shared I was walking between classes, right? And I saw something very large and prominent on the wall. Would you like to share it on stream, Rosie?
Yes, hold on one second. Let me save these pictures. What I wonder what the conversation leading to this was.
I don't know. It was just everything I thought was there. I took a picture. That's all there was.
That's so funny.
I remember I made a joke about like writing a fic where
Okay, let me show y'all this.
Oh yeah, let's do that first.
Hold on.
I'll get to that topic in a second, Lilac. That's a great idea.
Ah, yes. Alright, add image. I love how, on my desktop, I have the screenshot of the fucking wizard from Dream Barbecue going, "May the gods forgive what I'm about to do." And, every time I click to open an image on my computer, that is the first thing that shows up now.
That's beautiful.
And it's like, yeah, it's on brand. Where the fuck did those pictures I just save to? Oh hey, I found my another hand touches the beacon. I've been looking for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk about the Lilac topic while you look at that.
But yeah, hold on, I gotta figure out... Oh wait, hold on, I think I know where they saved. No?
I made a joke about Shadow Milk being very, displeased with a lot of, fiction, so instead, they ended up writing their own Bodice Ripper.
Oh yeah!
I think it'd be funny.
I forgot about that! Oh, here they are, here they are, here they are.
Bodice Ripper is like
a trashy romance novel.
Yeah, it's a trashy romance novel. So like those historical kinds, like, you know, that usually have like, you know, like the rough hero guy would, you know, rip off the lady's shirt or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first image that was sent to me.
This was on the wall, by the way. Like,
yeah,
outside.
This was apparently written on a wall at Steeple's school.
Yeah.
So we have the Yaoi versus Yuri debate.
It was not small. Like, this is, like, very prominent.
I'm just picturing, like, a group of students, like an audience gathered around debating.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I would pay money to have video of.
I can see it. In this school, yeah.
And apparently Yuri won, which is based.
Yeah, so I had to take a picture of it.
And then this, which just says Fat Yoshi.
And also
has a wizard.
Hash marks under it.
Yeah, why was it Yaoi versus Yuri versus Fat Yoshi?
I don't know, but the addition of Fat Yoshi made me smile a lot.
I really want to know what the context of this was. Like, I'm so curious. What was the great debate happening here between Yaoi Yuri and Fat Yoshi?
It's very possible that the many tour groups going around this early in the semester could have been one of them.
True.
Because this is along the path where they take the you know, senior high schoolers through.
You know, yeah, that seems right.
Yeah. No,
oh, good.
Shadow Milk transformed.
And while I'm here looking at my pictures, here's Pink Pikachu.
Oh yeah, Pikachu.
Because I love Pink Pikachu. Story. Yes, okay, tell the story of Pink Pikachu.
Okay, so the thing is... Yeah, the Bodice Ripper. Anyway, so Pink Pikachu. So my mom said that she was at a little art fair, and she found a table that was, like, clearly not the target audience of, like, the people who went. She felt kind of bad for them. She's like, oh, so I got you something. I think you'd like it. It's like, oh, what is it? Like, yeah, it's a pink Pikachu, right? She said, oh, that's not on the bookshelf. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, Pikachu's not my favorite, but, you know, being pink I think would be interesting, right? So I go over to the shelf, and this is what I see. Like, yeah, that's Pink Pikachu now. And now, now someone else named him Pikachu, so that's our mascot, I guess. What role would
I am our mascot?
You're your own mascot.
Yes. I'm a VTuber. That's part of the package.
True. But just look at that lumpy thing. I love it.
What role was Shadow Milk self-insert as? The maiden.
Yeah, I'm also saying the maiden.
But they would never admit that out loud.
Yeah.
Also, Froakie, I do they, them, Shadow Milk. It will happen again.
Obviously.
I I say I, but really it's all of us. We see Shadow Milk as, uh, gender fluid, I guess?
Yep.
Because, because they canonically, have, if you look at the portraits in the portrait scene, it seems like they spend equal, if not a little bit uneven time switching between, gender presentations. So it's like,
Yeah, so it's technically Kirby, but I'm always gonna call it Pink Pikachu now. I love Pikachu.
yes, no, it's Pink Pikachu. Pink
Yep.
Pikachu's fucking pissed.
Pikachu is fucking pissed.
It takes me back to when I was a kid and people talked about Pika-Blue.
Oh my god, exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
Memories.
I was in the Pokemon trading card game League back when that was going around.
Cool.
Wearing my age openly on my sleeve here. That and Mew Under the Truck.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, I heard that rumor while I was at League meetings.
I actually tested it out.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
And then I found out about Missing No and I got really excited.
Yeah, I actually found out about Missing No. We also I showed how to do it and it's like, oh cool, so now we use it forever.
Yeah. My Pokemon Red file was all fucked up from it.
Mine was a little fucked up.
My Hall of Fame was all fucked up from it, because that, was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
That was like one of the famous side effects. We heard of the legendary Mew under the truck? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Shadow Milk, because the idea is like Shadow Milk writes her own Bodice Ripper as a joke, kinda, and also like, man, I could write better than this. And then it's like, I'm totally not gonna write my ideal partner here.
Oh, of course not.
Self-inflicted fucker.
And they hide it under the bed or something. That was something we talked about, and then Pure Vanilla finds it.
Yep. It's like, aw. So naturally, Shadow Milk has to kill them.
Of course. They can't live with that knowledge out there in the world. Also, saying it started off as a joke just made me think of, that fucking Tom Cardy song about a bunch of Draclias playing flute. I'm gonna steal all of the Pitio Dragon plushies you may have. No!
So I say, like, the rugged love interest, but my joke was like, it was about vampire romance.
I forgot that I have so many random hounds, Cake-hounds, just scattered around.
Doggies.
I have so many, and they're just kinda out there because I have not put in the work to properly decorate my kingdom.
They should make a collection of Cake-hounds all forming a cake and say the console has decided your fate.
They actually did. Remember during the Cake-hound roundup, in the final round of it, there was a big cake made of Cake-hounds.
I know, but I mean that meme specifically.
Yes. Oh no! Oh, what are you?
Get salted, idiot. Get brined.
Pavlova City. I love how Cookies will willingly get in there and be like, "Oh God!"
I know.
They'll just sit in there and be upset, and it's like, bro, you put yourself in that situation. Oh, ah! Did you see Peach Blossom in the Sonic photo spot?
It was really cute.
Hey, cutie. Also, Sonic and Dark Choco are having a conversation.
It's good for him.
Voiceless phobic right now? How? Huh?
Yeah, I think Shadow Milk's writing would be really fun to read. And also to write.
What do you mean voiceless phobic? Wait, did I miss something?
I think Lilac was just saying, stop ignoring me.
Oh, sorry. I was focused on my fish tank.
Yeah. Also,
by the way... Sorry?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the Shadow Milk PNG's still here.
Sure is.
In case you were worried. I just moved him down a little so that you can see my pronouns better.
Yep.
But he's still here.
We
He's
would
present,
exhume her.
ever present. Yes.
Welcome.
Okay.
Anyway, I like Dark Choco and Sonic talking together because Dark Choco could use
Hey!
Dark Choco could use the positive peer interaction, and
True.
Sonic is used to this bullshit from Shadow.
That's... Yeah!
Froakie,
Proceeds
that
to
would
throw
not
Shadow
kill
Milk
them.
off the cliff. No!
It's okay, that wouldn't kill them.
Wait, they can fly.
Also, they bounce like a cartoon.
That's true. Eye for an eye. In order to get even with the shit that Shadow Milk's done, you would have to, like, get a line of everyone on Earth to get rid of those eyes. Like, you would have to, I don't know, you'd have to get rid of all the hair, all the eyes in their hair, and also all of their other eyes that might ever exist.
You
Just the
have
one
to-
person he pushed off the cliff? Okay, fair enough.
You have to invent a Torment Nexus and put Shadow Milk in it for 1 bazillion years.
That's true.
Yay!
I love the idea of someone attempting to throw Shadow Milk off a cliff and they go with it and just are like, oh no, oh god, and then fall off. And then, like, the person turns around and they're just standing behind them, like, anyway.
You know what Shadow Milk should do, or would do?
What?
Shadow Milk would walk right off the cliff into the air, and
Yeah?
then look down, and only then go yipe, and then fall.
Yes! Absolutely. You're right.
Like if someone pushed them, she'd like stumble back over the air.
Yes. Oh, no wonder I feel so- hang on. I was like, why do I feel so- why is my brain so fuzzy? And I realized it's because I haven't taken my next dose of Adderall yet. Let me
Oh,
do
then
that.
it.
Alright. There we go.
I like how these aren't salt shakers, they're salt grinders.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I immediately wanted to make a fucking Candle Cove reference.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Because when you said the grinders, my brain immediately went to grind your skin. And I was
God.
like, who the fuck would get that? Silent K count. Awesome!
Me, I would. Congrats, Zion.
Steeple, I love that you get all my weird references.
Listen, we are about the same age, or similar ages, and like, we went in the same circles, you know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I can comfortably be old around you because I know you'll know, like, hey, remember that weird shit that happened in the 90s? And you're just like, yes!
No way we would have lost.
Yeah, I was there. Also, I feel like Candle Cove is like the, what's it called? It's like the cursed media creepypasta.
Yes. Sorry, I got distracted because my cat came up and started loudly licking the foam plate I ate my dinner off of.
That's really funny.
I have it sitting right here because I can't reach my garbage to throw it away yet. And yeah, he just walked up and since it's foam, his little kitty tongue was super loud against it.
That's really funny.
So I just heard this loud sound. Alright.
Dude, I remember reading Ben Drowned and like I was so like amazed
Oh,
by the,
yeah!
by the video.
Yes, been drowned, man. I found...
Like you have to understand, this was before like people really did like those kind of in-game
Oh, yeah.
like sprite manips. So it was really cool to read something happening and then see it in the video.
Yes, absolutely.
Aw.
We must tend to our wounds.
Oh. What was I gonna say? Oh god, my train of thought. Oh, I found a channel, Davis Morgan, where he goes through and does, like, literary analysis of old creepypastas and stuff sometimes. And it's
that's
really
cool.
funny. And it's really cool. Yeah. And he did one for Jeff the Killer, which is, by the way, a lot worse than I remember even it being.
Oh no, I remember it being bad. I was like, this sucks.
No, I remembered it being bad. I had forgotten how bad.
That makes sense.
Sound needs 1 second start, 19% CD.
Almighty,
Okay.
Take our weary dough.
Please don't ask to die while I'm using you.
I was gonna say, sound less horny.
I was merely lucky.
Why are the healers being so chatty tonight?
It's their turn.
Truthless Recluse isn't normally the— Oh! Back at Elite, baby!
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, like you don't want to that makes me
Aw.
feel soft inside.
Aww. Also, now there's 2 healers, so now PV is like, oh, there's another one.
Now I just want— what if I got you to draw Truthless Recluse and the Rosy Moth? What if?
Aww.
That makes me
Everyone
soft.
fights for their own truth.
I love
Someone
this
I know
Gary.
just got to Grandmaster. Whoa! I've never gotten to Grandmaster yet. I've gotten to Elite 1, but I've never managed to push through— like, that's my upper roof of where I've been able to get.
Doubt will consume you.
Doubt will consume.
You doubt that doubt will consume you. Got it.
Doubt will consume you. Doubt will consume you.
Can I put clothing on Rosy Moth, though? If you want to, yeah.
No, Nakey, all times.
I've drawn it wearing clothes before.
No, I know, I'm being silly.
Oh! Elite 4, let's go!
Woohoo!
I drew it wearing a cute Lolita dress once. For,
Oh, yeah.
you could choose the outfit? Nice. But yeah, we were doing a thing— this is back when I was on Twitter, ugh. But we were doing a thing for— and you'll know what I'm talking about, Lilac. We were doing a thing for the Red Banquet, and everybody was drawing their OCs and their personas in, like, fancy dress outfits and stuff for the Red Banquet. So, yeah! So, I have a drawing of Rosie in a classic Lolita cohort, for that. I should find that. It was before I gave them top surgery, though. So they got little moth titties in it. Yeah, there was a time. There was a time before. Actually, I should share one. I should share it. I actually posted a timeline once of the Rosie design as it changed over time.
Yeah!
Oh.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ!
Hold on. Actually, while I'm thinking about that, I actually have some old artwork of them saved on my computer. Let me share that real quick while I'm thinking about it.
I got jump scared.
Are you gonna make it?
Barely.
Let me see. I don't think I have the first drawing I did of them saved on my hard drive yet. No, I don't. But I have some older ones.
Thank you, Lilac. It's fine.
Heartbreak emoji. Well, here's a very old form. From— you remember the first PNG tuber?
Yeah! Wow,
Yeah,
that's
this
so
is-
different.
The first PNG tuber. Yeah.
I remember. This is so cute. I saw the pellet. That's weird.
No pellet? There was a pellet. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me show you. Oh, here I'll balance out your electrolytes then.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Why they look depressed? Oh, because that was the sad face one that I picked. There's a range of emotions, but hang on. Here's a happier looking one. See?
Yeah.
Redeemed that hits you with an anvil. I should do that. But yeah, here's a side by side of the oldest PNG tuber and the most recent, you know, obviously the live 2D model.
Yep.
It's quite a few differences. Glow up, yeah. And, let's
Yeah,
see.
you got like warmer colors now.
Yeah. What else? Oh,
Man,
here was the next step up from that after they had top surgery at this point and were looking a little more recognizable.
Man, your VTuber is so good.
Thank you. I worked really, really hard on it, so I appreciate that.
I remember you kept showing me updates.
Yeah, you got a progress report.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's the red banquet drawing. This is, Rosie in its little dress for the red banquet.
So cute.
Yeah. At some point, I need to draw the moth VTubers I know. You know 3 whole moth VTubers? Oh my god.
Okay, here's a question. How many of them are just anime chicks with antennae?
Oh.
Hard mode.
This drawing's just called Small Yet Gay. It's an old just doodle I did of them.
Super cute.
Back when they were more femme-shaped.
The shortest torso in the land.
It's so true. I thought I had some much older artwork in here, but I need to find the oldest, like the first drawing I did of them, because I know what it is and I have it. In my Tumblr. I just gotta actually, like, save it. Oh, and here's an old whip of a starting soon I was considering doing for a while. It obviously never materialized, but...
Oh, it's so cute!
Thank you! Yeah, this is an old, I was considering doing this for a starting soon.
I think if you edit it a little bit, you could absolutely use it.
Yeah, I might. I found my animated one I use now and I really like it. But,
it is
we'll
really
see.
good. I'm just, I like it. You know, it's such a simple design, but it's a really strong one.
Thank you. Yeah, that was, one thing I wanted to do with it was keep it simple and cute, you know, and distinctive, but, well, like you said, distinctive. I wanted to...
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and this isn't Rosie, but this is one other piece of my artwork I want to show off. This is a VTuber design I made for someone else. This is a live 2D model.
Dogwood, right?
Make him smaller. Yes, this is Dogwood.
Yeah, Froakie, we all love the moth.
Thank you. I will die for your moth. Thank you. This is Dogwood if you want to see what my other non-Rosie artwork looks like. This is Dogwood.
I really like Ramsey's VTuber or PNG tuber also.
Oh, yes.
Dogwood's really great though.
Dogwood is great. I really love the design. This is the person who I made this for basically made concept art in Photoshop, combining a bunch of different things because, you know, they're not an artist.
Yeah, collage.
Yeah, they made a collage and went, this is the that I'm thinking of, so then I created this live 2D model based on the collage. And, I'm still working on rigging it. I really need to finish. It's just basically I got to the hard part. And then I went, this sucks. But I need to finish it. I really do. It's going to be very cool in motion. Oh, also, if you look really close, there's some detail on the buttons there that I put on there and everything. That's kind of a hint of whose VTuber this is going to be once it's finished. But I don't know if anyone's familiar with this person, so I don't know. But anyway.
I really like the bark and teeth texture matching.
Thank you, yes. I thought that would be a cool thing. Okay, I gotta stop showing off my artwork on stream. I'm just...
That's fine.
I wanted to show off... Because I feel like most people who only watch my streams, when it comes to my drawings, have only seen Rosie, and don't know that I like doing horror stuff and drawing more grotesque things. So, Here's a glimpse at what that looks like when I do that.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
Dogwood.
I love
Anyway.
Dogwood.
Thank you. I do too. I say thank you as if I designed him. I didn't really, but I just
Well,
put
you
the
drew
elements
him.
together. I drew him, that's true. I did draw him. It's just, you know, the design doesn't technically belong to me.
It's a props
I
to both
just-
you and the designer.
Yes, I interpreted his ideas.
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
Thank you. Alright. Back to the arena. I just got distracted looking at artwork. Also, I don't have the
May
Femboy
the
Hooters
truth
art saved to my
ring
hard drive. I
once
gotta go
more.
find that. I was gonna show it
God.
off. It was drawn by Moo Rare on Tumblr, and it's beautiful, but I can't fucking find it. I don't have it. I gotta go get it.
Doubt will consume you.
It's both really funny and also just objectively really gorgeous artwork.
Cool.
So I gotta locate it. What would I draw Rosy Moth and Truthless doing? I don't want to just draw them standing. I don't know. Like
Fluttering around a light.
Oh, ignorance.
the soft squishy part of me wants to be like, I just want to comfort him. But, you know, I don't know. That's my gut response, is doing something comforting.
Mood.
Maybe having tea or something, I don't know. I'm just like, fictional character, let me reach through the computer screen and comfort you. You've had such a rough time. Speaking of which... Motherfucker.
Putting Truvis Recluse in the dad chair to nap.
Yes. Truthless Recluse needs a nap. God bless.
For 1 billion years.
Oh, hang on. I've got enough to do this. I'm gonna do a pullet charcoal cookie. Well,
Well,
don't know what I expected. Alright. Let's go check all my stuff. This stream's basically just gonna be more grinding to try and get Silent Salt, because I want him bad.
cool.
So, my personal OC based on a Furret. Oh, Furret!
I actually made a Pokemon OC in high school.
Cool.
It was a joke, but then I got really attached.
When I was like 9 years old, I had a Pokemon OC that was literally just Mewtwo but pink.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I wrote fan fiction about it in my diary.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah, I had a girl power diary, and I just wrote
Yeah.
fan fiction in it.
Hell yeah.
Is girl power still a thing? Does anyone remember girl power?
Not specifically.
It was this thing in the 90s where, like, obviously it was like all about, you know, girls, you could do whatever and stuff like
Oh, I thought
that,
you
and
meant,
you could like
Oh, I thought you meant a brand. The general sentiment. Yeah, of course I remember that.
no, it was like a brand though. It was like a they
Oh.
sold like stationery and planners and stuff like that to help girls get out there and do stuff or whatever, and I don't know. It was something my mom bought me a lot of. I had a book cover from them that I put on a biology textbook that I just carried around and read for fun because autism.
Naturally.
Yeah. I wasn't even in public school. I don't know how I got that biology textbook, but I had it and I just read it all the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, my Pokemon OC was well, originally it's Jeff the Jigglypuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And his enduring desire was to go to Goldenrod City and become a lawyer.
That's great.
Yeah, so he passed the bar at level 36 and got a Moonstone as a graduation present.
Nice.
So I had a lot of fun drawing a Wigglytuff in a suit jacket.
That rules. I
It
love
was
that.
great. Because I remember thinking, like, it's kind of weird how, like, there's not a lot of, like, interaction, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if Pokemon just decided to join the private sector? And, like,
I love that.
it wasn't even like a Pokemon who had a trainer. It was just the wild Jigglypuff was like, you know what?
You know what? I'm ready to join the job force. The workforce. That's great.
I know. I don't know. Like, it was just such a random idea. Hey, it's Sandy.
Hi, Dandy. I used to have an OC that was a Banette. Or, no, it was a Shuppet. It was a Shuppet. Because I love Shuppet and Banette.
Yes.
I don't remember this OC's name, though. I created them fucking so long ago, but I just remember that it was a Shuppet. And, I did artwork of them, but I wish I could remember more, but I just can't. It was too long ago. The memory is gone. I had completely forgotten about them for a while until it randomly fell back into my head the other day, and I was like, whoa!
I think I remember the name because when, like, during a replaying of Red, I tried to nickname everyone, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I called my Jigglypuff Jeff the Lawyer.
It's if Jeff the Killer grew up to be a well-adjusted member of society.
And was also a Wigglytuff.
And was also a Wigglytuff. Honestly,
I think fix him.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think that would have helped.
Yeah.
Let's see. What? Give me my island back. Oh, we got another Light of Silence. This is the goal of the stream, really, is to complete more Light of Silence missions and try to get Silent Salt. So, let's see. But I can't do this because I need more Trial Grounds tickets. And I don't remember, when do those reset? 4 days? Hold on.
What the hell?
Hold on. See, here's the thing. I tend to play games for cash on my phone, which can be a risky business because there are a lot of scams out there, but, I found one that is not, and I just got a reward from it the other day, and I'm thinking of spending a little of that on getting some more tickets.
I can understand it, but...
Let's see... There's my reward from them in my email. Let's see, do they have let me see if they have a thing to even buy trial tickets cheaply. I've never tried to buy them before. If you have Google Play points, you can use those. Yes, I do. I think I only have like 80 or something right now, though. I don't think I have many. Arena ticket, stamina jelly. A Game of Truth and Deceit package? What? Why is that still available?
Don't know.
Wow. Huh, I didn't even know that existed.
I guess there were agencies just to clear that. Anyway, I don't know if I said, but I finished my exam with the 2 essays.
Nice.
Yeah, it turned out really good. I'm happy.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Game supplies. Wait, are there not... Can I... Is it under currency? Can I not buy those things? What are they fucking called? Trial tickets? Do they just not sell trial tickets? Do I really have to wait? No what? No they don't sell them, or no they do? Oh god, my phone's going off! Event shop? They don't sell- Well, what the fuck?! Alright, I guess I'll just wait then. Damn. Are they hateful and mean? I don't know! Oh, let me go check in on my guild! You'd have to buy the stuff for that character trial. Oh, wow. That fucking sucks. How's the guild doing? Oh, doing well, it looks like. Only 3 participants. Where is everyone? Get in here, y'all. Come on.
Alone on a Thursday night? I can't believe
check
you
it
have
on
enough
the-
people. I can't believe you have enough people to make a whole guild.
Yeah, I can't believe it filled out completely, the Dark Cacao Guild. I didn't make this guild, I just inherited it.
Right. Well, you know
But-
that one.
Yeah, the Dark Cacao Guild I did make, and it filled out fast.
Yeah. I'm really
Which is
proud
really
of you,
cool.
Rosie.
Thank you. I'm proud too.
Man, streaming's cookie game has been really good for your everything.
Yeah, it has. Streaming Cookie
Thank you,
Game has
everyone,
been
for
wonderful.
joining.
I'm glad I started doing it completely on accident. Oh, bless you. Oh, goodness. Goofy. Yeah, Goofy.
Yeah, there's a Disney crossover thing.
I love that Goofy's just here.
Me too.
Yeah, the Disney crossover event.
It's
Goofy's
extremely
often
fun.
the only Disney cookie that I allow to be enabled.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
usually I'll
Icy.
disable... Hey, Icy! Usually I'll disable all of the other Disney cookies, but Goofy gets to stay.
Yeah. So, fun fact for people who just joining. My wife... I've started to talk about cookies with my wife.
My
It makes
wife.
sense. It's... My wife... Yeah. And so my wife jokes about, like, it's like listening to someone talk about Kingdom Hearts. Or
Yes.
someone doesn't know it, right? And then, was it you or someone else? I'm always bad remembering, but it's like,
It was me
And-
that pointed out
yeah.
that Mickey Mouse is in both.
yeah, and I'm like, God damn it, you're right.
Yeah.
Can you
Michael
imagine
was
Cookie-
there.
Can you imagine Cookie running Kingdom Hearts?
I want to imagine it. Desperately.
I think it could work. It's got that same mix of whimsy and horror. Of the
Yeah.
existential kind.
Hold on one second.
Also, I think it'd be cute if Sora, like, held Gingerbread in her hands.
Gingerbread?
I said Gingerbrave. You didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Don't make fun of my speech impediments. You're fine. I just think it's funny.
Alright, let's see.
Also, Gingerbrand is a really funny mistake.
Yes. It's like when I called the cat Squickerdoodle.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see.
No one's allowed to make fun of me for making typos in the chat unless they're really funny. But also, I appreciate that you take your power seriously and use it judiciously.
Yes, I'm very careful about it.
Thank you.
You can't just be willy-nilly about that kind of thing.
No,
I
it's
simply
like-
carry out my mission.
For example, if it's just Yerky, then it's like, haha,
children,
that's funny, and then you drop
I
it.
shall be waiting.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well,
for
you know.
example, so for example, if you say seesaw and then everyone's like, haha, seesaw, it's like that is really funny, yeah.
Yes, of course. No, I'm not gonna harp on every misspelling, but if it's funny,
Exactly. Then we can all laugh together about it.
Man, now I'm just thinking about that
You've never
fucking text
seen
post about
such
that's
raw
crazy. Was the
power
Ginch
handled
there?
by a beauty such as me.
I will hesitate no longer.
It's one of my favorite Tumblr text posts. I think about the Ginch every day.
How
It makes me
bold
think
you
of,
to call
like,
upon me.
that one other post that was like,
The
imagine
moonlight is
DreamWorks like
eternal.
gives the Grinch a love interest, but she looks like this, or her name is the Bench. I think of the Bench so often.
That's amazing.
Yeah, see, was the Ginch there? It's really fun. That's a good joke.
Yes. Hang on, I gotta... Hang on.
Now,
I'm-
of course, it being a funny joke
we
is
go.
like, for example, it also counts if the word sounds funny or is fun to say. So, like, Yerky would
Yes.
be like,
Violence?
Yerky.
How pedestrian.
Oh,
Thanks, Manju. I have no idea if you're sincere or
basement's
not.
flooding. Oh, good lord. Good luck.
Holy shit. Good luck.
Bye. Yeah. Good luck.
Go-
Be
go deal
careful.
with that. Bye, Dandy. Thanks for dropping by. I hope your basement's okay.
Yeah.
Scary.
It feels like those, like when you, see author's notes on Archive of Our Own post, and it's
Yes.
just like, yeah, sorry I updated this late, I got hit by a car, and it's like, bro, I think you're good.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Okay. I'm gonna reset this because I get stuff. I'll get some light of silence for it. Boy, I can't
Oh,
wait
good.
for the Adderall to kick in and make my brain stop being this way. I'm just like, hold on, what was the beginning of this sentence? I don't remember.
Pat Pat.
Alright, let's see if that's enough to get me the reward. Yes, it is. Alright, let's see. Chariot. Oh, I'm gonna play the Chariot minigame some in a second. 15 rewards, trade ships. Okay. So the rest of this is stuff I'm just gonna have to wait on. Let's see about the Corridor of Silence. How many pulls have you done?
A lot.
Coming up on 100, I think. 200 random daily gifts. Claim rewards from the train. Buy something from the Arena Metal Shop 5 times. Let me see if I can afford anything. I should be able to afford these, yes. So I just gotta do that one more time. What? I ground for hours and got
Judgment
jacked. Oh,
shall
I'm
be
sorry.
delivered.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Layla.
It took me, during the equivalent event for Shadow Milk, I think it took me 4 days, 5 days of grinding to get him.
Truly a blessing.
Yep. Yeah, I have to say it. You know, of all things, at least I don't have to worry about my basement flooding ever.
Yeah.
Plus,
Must
we
be
live on a
nice
hill-
living above sea level.
Well, also we live on a hill, so and our
Yeah.
basement has a slope on it, so
We just don't have basements here because of where I live. It's not a safe
Yep.
thing to do
Judgment
here.
shall be
well, I say
delivered.
basement, but it's one of those things where it's like the backyard is higher up, but then it's
Oh,
open
yeah.
in front as a garage. Because, like I said, hill.
Oh yeah. I've never been in a house that had a basement because nowhere where I live has basements because
I
we
mean-
live below sea level.
Yeah, like the ground's all wet and shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not, you can't build shit like that here.
No.
It's just not I just noticed this person's screen name is Shadow Knight.
That's funny.
Our doubt took over.
Oh, hun.
Oh, honey.
You died to
to
Shadow Nut. Really good. Yeah. I don't know why I saw that. What am I I'm doing something wrong clearly because I should have won that fight. What have I done wrong with my setup?
Good luck with that.
Like, clearly I'm not hang on. Let's switch you back to attack. Clearly I've built someone incorrectly, but the question is who and how.
By the way, my wife said that listening to me talk about baked goods was like listening to Kingdom Hearts. My wife is very into Kingdom Hearts right now. Again, this is not an insult for the record. Treasures.
Guy who only thinks about Kingdom Hearts. I'm getting some real Kingdom Hearts vibes from this.
That's so mean, but yeah.
I was that person for years. Okay, I get to say it.
No, I feel you. Right now, collectively,
Treasures.
we're getting toward the end of days, and individually, wife is going through BBS, and it's like really funny. This game is
There's
wild.
something so funny about hearing you say the phrase, "We're getting toward the end of days." Like, yeah, bitch, sure are.
We
Don't get my
sure
damn
are.
hopes up. Treasures. What would be a better arrangement of treasures? Icy? Cause and I know a lot of my treasures are low level. I need to work on getting them leveled up more. I've been trying to pull from the treasure gacha more often than I used to. Green thing. You mean the do you mean fire, not fire, wind archer's cloak? Oh, that also looks like a watch. Oh, the monocle? The explorer's monocle? Watch, chest, and the monocle. Okay. Really? So no scroll? Okay. Sure. Okay, I'll give that a go.
I think one of my there's so many like funny moments, like even in context.
Yes.
So, like Aqua calls says to Vanitas, she calls him a freak. She goes,
Wow.
"You freak!" Oh my god,
Jesus.
she just said that. That's really funny. I mean, she's not wrong, but like,
Uh-oh, I think I just made a mistake.
oops.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh god, I'm getting run over by a horse. No! No! Oh god.
Salt is killing you.
This could really go either way, and I'm very afraid. Come on, come on, come on, come on, guys! Come on! Push through, you can do it! Come on! Come on! No, 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 come on, come on! Oh, Shadow Milk!
What?
Shadow Milk doesn't die when killed!
I
Woo!
was gonna say, I forgot. Shadow Milk doesn't die when killed.
Did you give up already?
Woohoo!
Come on, let's debate it out.
Crossing
I'm
it off the list.
so glad you don't die when killed.
I know.
Awesome.
That was
All right.
amazing.
That went better than expected.
Woo.
Hey!
Hey.
Back up at Elite 4. Oh.
Nice.
Elite 4. I'm gonna become a Pokemon Master!
To be a master.
I had that on CD when I was like 11.
I also bought the CD when I was like
Really?
11.
You had the CD? The little
Yeah!
promo one?
Yeah!
Nice!
Fuck yeah, dude! I was so into Pokemon like stupid much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen. I was like in grade school when it dropped. Playing Pokemon as a whole, and you know,
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Absolutely.
Suddenly, the things I liked are the cool stuff.
The Gummy Bear album?
I have no idea what that is.
No?
Must I understand the depths of despair?
Oh, darling.
Jesus.
Darling, it's
Jesus,
okay.
lady, come on. Jesus, lady, kids, lighten up.
I love when you Marge. It's great.
I'm crunk of you, sweetie pie.
I will not let anyone threaten our paradise.
Fucking love your Marge.
Thanks.
It's really good.
Such is our
Oh, what? Okay, that was fast.
Lisa needs
We
braces.
must tend to our wounds.
Here's a true story. I had braces my entire time in high school.
Yeah, I had them for a while too.
Like, literally, freshman year until I graduated, I had braces. It was the worst.
My only regret is that I got rid of my tooth gap.
Mine caused my
Aw,
tooth gap to get
you're
worse
making
because,
my dearest wait.
my issue was that my teeth were crowded because I had some baby teeth that came out late. And so they had to pull everything apart in order to straighten it all out after they pulled a couple of teeth.
Right.
But the issue is that I lost my retainer.
Oh.
So they never got properly realigned back together. So I had a gap in my front teeth before, but it got a lot worse after that. So now I just have a really big, dramatic gap in my front teeth.
You got my gap.
I did. I inherited the gap in your teeth.
Net zero tooth gap.
It's true! Which I'm fine with. I like having a gap in my teeth.
I miss mine because it's
There's
also like a
nothing left
family
to
trait,
say.
and I think it's cute.
Yeah. Well, it's like me with the little... Mine isn't very dramatic, but I do have a little bump in my nose that I got from my mama. And I like it. My brother has his is way more dramatic.
Right.
Back in high school, they used to be like, did you break your nose? Because the bump in it is dramatic, but I like it though, because like I said, we got it from mama, and I love my mama, so.
That's nice. Yeah, my dad
We
had a
must
tooth
tend to
gap.
our
My
wounds.
grandma had a tooth gap. You know.
Aww.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I miss
and
it.
I make sure to go out of my way to be vocally positive about the nose, because my mom used to get bullied about her nose, apparently. And
I
that
think
makes
we
me
need
so
to kill him.
sad. Yeah. That makes me so sad. She got
Absolutely.
bullied over it, and I'm just like, man, I like it. So now, anytime she talks about me and my brother's noses, I'm just like, yeah, we got yours and it's awesome.
Aw, that's good.
Because I gotta make sure she knows. I gotta make sure she knows that her nose is great.
Yes,
And she should not have been made to feel bad about it ever.
indeed. Sorry, I got distracted by Gingerbrave munching on some gelatin.
Yeah, he does do that.
It's cute.
I've never had braces in my life. Must be nice. Braces suck, dude.
So much pain. I still have like, I don't know what you call them, like scars or stains on my teeth,
Yeah, same.
because I didn't brush them right.
Yeah, no, I have not, like, visible scars, but I have, like, impressions from where the glue and stuff was still.
Mm.
And I do have scars on the inside of my lip from, the skin
God.
getting broken and stuff repeatedly.
I once had to endure this freaking wire that like just jutted out. It was so miserable.
God, the worst was right after they, adjusted it to tighten it.
Oh, the tightening. Ugh.
Oh, it was so painful.
I'm not really usually a person to chew stim, but God, that was the only thing that gave me relief.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
now-
a very much a chewing stim person all the time. So,
And like now I understand babies.
yeah. I
Like,
actually,
that pressure
was-
really does help.
that was actually one thing I bonded over, I bonded with my stepbrother with, because he also is a chewing person. But, so he used to, like, eat a bunch of random stuff, like he would eat all the snacks in the house because he just had a chewing compulsion. So I had a brand new, like I hadn't used it yet, Chewy necklace. So I pulled a few beads off of it and put it on a chain and gave that to him to chew on. Because I was like, here, this will help. And apparently it did help him out. So that was nice. I hope he's doing well. He's a sweet kid.
Good.
I technically I am the eldest of 3. One being my little stepbrother and the other being my blood brother that I live with presently. Which I feel like based on my energy, people would not guess about me that I'm an eldest sibling. But I am. And of course it's 2 brothers because that's the fate that God has cursed me with. anyone can be an eldest, that's true. I do gotta say, though, younger siblings have a very particular energy.
I was gonna say, I follow the stereotype for youngest, so
Yeah, you do!
I really do. But it's funny because my sister also very much acts like the middle child, but we're only born like 7 minutes apart.
I'm the eldest of 7, and 5 of them are brothers. Ooh, wee!
7! Jesus.
I can't imagine dealing with that many brothers.
Just rolling off the production line, huh?
My goodness.
Yeah. No, I believe
That's
you. Just,
wild. Man,
Yeah.
I have 2 brothers, and that's quite enough.
clearly.
My mother's obsessed with giving birth. Lord.
Yeah. No, zero surprise.
My mom had the 2 of us, and then the doctors went, "You technically shouldn't have been able to do that, and we're not sure how you did. Don't do that anymore." And then she had to get it all taken out, so, you know.
So actually, as a result of my sister and I being twins, oh,
I
Shelmuk
always
was on
forget
the
you're a
throne.
twin.
Yeah,
Huh?
Shelmuk's on the throne.
Oh, of course. Of course! That's the Hollyberry throne!
That's really funny. Egotist. Or egoist,
Honestly.
excuse me.
Oh my god, okay. Did y'all see what happened this morning in the fucking Discord? Where I had my brain completely flipped upside down?
Yes.
I can't believe that shit.
Yeah,
Sid
that's
just
ego.
completely casually being like, yeah, but it's because of your ego that etc. While we were talking about fighting games, and I was like, wait, that's what that is?
Yeah, you protect your self-image.
Yeah. And I'm like, I never thought of myself as, and this is hilarious, I never thought of myself as having an ego.
Well, it's not different from self-esteem, you see.
Yeah.
You have low self-esteem, but still need to protect your ego. In fact, that's a reason for protecting your ego is because you have low self-esteem. You don't
Yeah,
wanna see
that's
anyone
true.
see you weak.
But it just surprised me. But when he said that, my brain, I immediately went, that's what it is. So, like, I felt the pieces slip into place suddenly, and I was like, oh my god.
That was beautiful to see fall into place.
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh my god, you're right. I just thought that I don't know. I knew that there was another thing going on there, but I could never figure out what it was exactly. And then he just casually drops it while talking about fighting games, and I'm like, wait, you can't just rewire my brain while trying to convince me to play fighting games and then move on.
Apparently he can.
Apparently he can. This is one of the weird side effects of knowing someone for a million years, because I've known Sid about as long as I've known you.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
it's one of the weird things about knowing someone that long is sometimes, in some ways, they'll know you better than you know yourself.
Yep. So as a result of my sister and I being twins, right?
Oh yeah.
The Almighty shall welcome this kingdom with open arms.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, he had a reward for me. I'm
It's
so
fine, I like
sorry,
hearing
Doyle!
about that.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so this was back in, like, you know, the 80s, I think? Yeah, okay, anyway, so what happened was, you know, of course, she didn't know it was twins at first, but
Yeah.
after that ultrasound got caught, see, back then, people didn't get ultrasounds or anything, like, as nearly as much as they do now. But because my mom had twins, they checked up on her much more often.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, she was able to have that kind of experience because of us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. No one worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. I just got some cool rewards out of
look at
nowhere.
that?
Wow.
Now that's a fancy castle.
That is a fancy castle, thanks.
That is a fancy castle. Reward me for my— No!
This is why you don't pay to gamble.
My hubris.
Yep,
Whatever, I got 30 cookie cutters. So,
that's good.
see what I get with those. Oh god! My leg's gone to sleep. No!
No.
Oh!
Honestly,
Sorry.
I don't even... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm sitting with my legs crossed in my chair, and then my right leg just suddenly went, oh no, I'm not here anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I've strained it out now. It's fine. I'm getting the feeling back. Oh, it's bad.
What?
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Most of what I use my luck for is in Pokemon Go, and at least then it's like, I know it's— oh hey, Hollyberry. At least then it's like, I know it's like kind of more effort based, so it's like,
True.
yeah. And Dark Cow. Damn.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Alright. That was not worth it, but whatever.
I had something else to say too, trying to remember.
Don't fear the sea.
Ah!
Us cookies can handle anything.
Don't yell at me.
Don't yell at me.
Don't call me names. I don't know if you know that song.
Nope.
I was about to say, because that's from my youth growing up hearing a lot of country music on the radio.
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's an anti-bullying song where he twangs about don't laugh at me, and it's just like, you know.
It's dark.
Anyway, yeah.
You don't say.
The price they put on the gacha currency is not worth it. It's not.
Let
That's
me
why
see what you're made of.
I never just straight up buy the supplies. I only get like special packages when I do buy stuff for special gachas, you know, like the gacha currency. I exclusively wait until there's some kind of special deal where you can get a way better deal than usual. I've never just straight up bought the gacha currency in the normal packages because it's not fucking worth it. Especially rainbow cubes. Rainbow cubes are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you listen to country, and my dad's a deadhead, so you know.
Yeah. I mostly I grew up hearing a lot of country, just played in stores and stuff, but also
yeah,
like
makes sense.
yeah, but also like everyone in my family besides like my dad and my Aunt Katrina listened to country. So dad was into like prog rock and you know, weird shit. Like I grew up hearing Jethro Tull and Pink Floyd from him. And
Nice.
then Katrina is the one who got me into like goth, you know, like she introduced me to like Nine Inch Nails and Deftones and stuff like that.
Nice.
So those two were very influential to my current music taste. I
For
say a
sure.
lot that Katrina's the whole reason that my main music taste is sexy vampire TV show music, because that's she did that to me. I was exposed to Deftones at a tender age, and it left an impression.
Like making your kid listen to Radiohead
Yeah.
for that Kale episode.
I discovered Radiohead on my own when I was older, and I got really into Muse as a teenager.
Yep.
And by association with them, I got into Radiohead. I also finally figured out how to play Cannon Run. I'm working on
Yay.
learning.
So keep losing my thought here. With music.
Well, speaking of, let's do some Cannon Run.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. I don't know what got me into Vocaloid. I think it's just because, I see a lot of people talk about how the Vocaloid voices are grating to them, but I've never gotten that because they feel good on my brain.
I could see
Like,
it.
like to me, the way the voices sound appeals to me a lot because, like I said, like the texture of it, I guess, is appealing to my brain. Oh, we have some new people. For people who don't know, I experience sound color synesthesia, which means that my senses are kind of fucked up, and so for me, sounds have color and shape and stuff. So, and that really affects my taste in music and stuff.
Yeah, Vocaloid tuning absolutely is a talent. I mean, that's a skill.
Absolutely. Well, it's like I said, I always say Vocaloid is an instrument, and, different people use it differently. I can tell, there are a few producers I can identify just by how Miku is tuned when they use her.
Sure.
But yeah, so the sound of Vocaloid voices really appeals to me a lot. I don't know, it just scratches some itch in my brain that is very appealing.
I heard something the other day that like made me age instantly.
Uh-oh.
I saw someone refer to Red Hot Chili Peppers as dad rock.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Red Hot Chili Peppers has been dad rock pretty much since the band formed.
That's true. I mean, yeah,
they came into existence
style.
fully formed as dad rock.
Oh
but
yeah, no, it seems like the style for sure.
Yes.
But also, I'm a little like, oh man.
I saw a really funny post that was like talking about My Chemical Romance as dad rock if you count trans men that own rats as dads. And I was just like, yes.
So true.
It's so true.
God, I remember I was in the LGBT center in another college, and
yeah.
There's one guy who's a regular there because I like to hang out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was friendly with me right away because he had a support animal who was a rat.
Oh God, yes, I love rats.
I know, right? And so what happened was, like the second I saw the rat, I was like cooing over them and like just really happy to see them, right? Because
a
rats
baby,
are adorable. A baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rats are such good babies.
And so he was so happy that I responded positively to his pet that he started talking to me real friendly like right away.
Aww.
Yeah, because he said sometimes people like act grossed out. I'm like, no, it's a nice animal.
Dude, one time I had, when I was working at the convenience store, I had a customer come in who, she had a service animal for like detecting seizures basically, to warn her ahead of time about them. And it was this tiny, tiny purse dog.
Oh my
like
God.
Literally riding in her purse, unbelievably small animal. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have met this animal. But it was so cute, just this tiny little dog who was there to protect her.
Aww.
And I was like, I love this. Because a lot of people, when they think of service animals, they only think of, like, the physical disability ones for when it comes to, like... Well, when physical disability, I mean, like, mobility aids and, like, seeing dogs and stuff like that, And they don't think about that there are service animals for, like, other types of disabilities and needs as well, So it was cool to get to meet a little tiny service animal who helped with a very, very important job, and looked nothing like what most people picture when they think about a service animal.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna freaking die. I didn't! I lived, bitch!
You lived, bitch.
But yeah, also another time I had a customer bring in a tiny, tiny kitten, and that made me incredibly happy.
The other day, I went to the store, and as I was walking back to the car, my groceries,
Yeah.
I saw a couple of goths. pass by, and one of them had like this tiny little kitten and a towel held against their chest.
Oh, little.
And I was like, oh.
The only animal companion I ever brought with me to work was one time I was driving to work and noticed that there was a little bitty, it was a baby praying mantis.
Oh my God.
Was hanging out on the windshield. And I was like, oh, bud, you gotta get away from there. but I didn't have time to, like, you know, properly relocate it, so basically, it managed to hang on. Somehow it had managed to ride all the way to work on my windshield. So, since I work at a convenience store, I just grabbed one of our giant foam soda cups, and I caught it in one and put a lid on it with, you know, because those lids already have a bunch of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept the little guy, you know, behind the counter with me for the evening, and then I released it in a tree outside when I got home.
For sure.
But I had a little friend with me the whole evening, just hanging out. I named it Parfait.
Cute. Yeah, Froki got watching our CRK streamer get depressed by Seesaw's story.
Oh no.
Lilac Bunny says, things about Seesaw and a goopy, inky liquid drips out all my orifices and my stomach ejects itself from my body.
Yes, same.
And hey, Ray Arts is back. The 3Z.
Oh, hey,
2Z.
it's been a while. Hello, welcome back. It's good to see you. But yeah, if I think about Silent Salt's story too much, I get really upset. Well, y'all saw, I literally cried last night a little. Like, not, it wasn't the...
You teared up.
Yeah, I teared up. It wasn't proper crying, like when I finished Inscription. You remember what a mess I was.
That was a really great stream.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I was like, like there exists a clip of it where I'm like crying, like openly crying as we're playing. You can hear me like,
Yep. Oh hey, congrats!
Oh nice, congrats!
Hey, Pasta's
More
back, too.
accurate bawling, yeah. I think the hardest I've cried over fiction in recent memory was JoJo Part 6. When
The most I cried recently was at the end of Persona 3 because it blindsided me.
Oh hey Pasta! But yeah, when I finished JoJo Part 6, I literally sat there and with my face in my hands and just wept. I was just like, like, or no, worse than that. I was, in my brother's words, I was openly boo-hooing. That's how he described it.
Sobbing, yeah.
Yeah, I was just face in hands like, like, it hurt me bad. But,
I ain't sharing luck, I want to give him the 2-star promotion.
True. Fair. But,
Sorry, you have to put your luck into the tip pool.
But Silent Salt's story definitely... I've never teared up while playing Cookie Game before. But Silent Salt got me. That shit hurted.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feel it's only going to get worse.
Well, I like Sierra's stream title of, putting up missing posters marked, "Have you seen this night?"
Yes!
Mm.
Please, please. Bring him
that
home.
Yeah, I didn't cry or anything, but I was just stunned.
My tear ducts are broken. Oh yeah, there was a while where I just didn't really cry much, and then I realized it's because my antidepressants were fucking me up.
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah, and then I switched medications, and suddenly I could cry again.
Yay. Oh,
that was actually how I figured out my medication was fucking me up, because I ran out of it and had to go like a week without it, and then I listened to a song and the song made me cry, and I went, wait, this is normal for me. Why haven't I been like this in so long? You know? I noticed the difference, basically, in my ability to feel things. And then I was like, oh. And it was because I cried over Oh Light by Kikuo. That song, man. It's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the first time I ever heard that song, it wasn't even subtitled or anything. I had no idea what the lyrics were, but just Hanaton's performance made me just...
Yep.
Her performance in that song is just so powerful and so pained. And, it got me. It got me bad. There's actually another Vocaloid song that also made me cry when I watched it without subtitles. Like, I had no idea what the lyrics were, but it made me cry, and it was, Begin the World Again by Babu-chan. Hanatan is so amazing. Yes, absolutely. If he doesn't somehow become an ally in the end, I'm gonna cry so much. I would be shocked. Like, I'm 99.9% sure that's what we're headed towards, is Silent Salt becoming an ally. Because they all have the same goal as the Thing, which is stopping the other beast from destroying everything, you know? So, like, technically they're already sharing a common goal. They just haven't established that with each other yet. Sisa and Pure Vanilla interaction, please!
Please! This bitch needs a break!
Please let him meet someone nice. I made myself really emotional talking about this, but I was talking about this on Discord the other night, about how, I really want Silent Salt to be able to see how that his efforts paid off. You know, I want him to see what the Ancients ended up being, and that they ended up actually being heroes and protecting the world, you know, and that they're, like, good. And I feel like that would bring him a lot of comfort to know that it was worth it in the end. You know, that
Also,
it paid off.
that's kind of what White Lily was, like, saying, too. She says, you wanted to give Cookies freedom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So she's kind of referencing that, and, like,
Yeah.
you know.
My ears turn into rockets and shoot off my head? Yes. Golden Freddy of the Beast Cookie? I hate that I know what you mean.
What a comparison.
Celebrate our victory.
I'm really mad about the fact that I understand that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, okay, you're right, but also...
That's almost as bad as the time someone in my chat was just like, do you play FNAF? You seem like someone who would. And I was just like, bitch, just call me a slur. At least then I can ban you for it.
Pure fucker.
No, the worst fucker that I ever experienced was the time a complete stranger guessed that I mained Junkrat in Overwatch.
That was really funny.
And then I was like, oh.
Why would you say that?
Like, yeah, but you shouldn't know that. I hate that you just knew that. A point of pride for me continues to be that I actually followed the person who coined the term fucker when it happened.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All beliefs are meant to crumble. I feel like Silent Salt and Truthless Recluse have a lot in common.
Absolutely. That's why they need to have emo brunch together.
Yeah. Well, it's
They just
because
felt-
in both cases their fall was just because their beliefs fell apart. Like, they gave up.
Yeah,
They
of
didn't
course.
necessarily become evil, they just gave up on doing good.
Yep. And so that's why I'm like, listen, what's involved in emo brunch? Basically, you both drink coffee and be in tears.
They're both sitting there drinking black coffee and just staring into it silently. Gotta go get some gummies to drive all the sadness I feel because of CISO. Wait, yeah, fair enough. Schwarzwalder in 2025. True!
Let's not dead name Choco Werebrute.
Oh, that's true. Sage Recluse fic I read once where looking back the way they wrote Truthless smacked of Seesaw. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of overlap.
There's a lot of overlap, and I would say also with Mystic Flower as well,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because it, you know, all of them just gave up. The difference being Mystic Flower
Also-
became more hostile towards the world. Choco Warehound Brute, yeah.
I often shorten it to Choco Brute because that's a lot of syllables for me.
That's true. And God, you are so bad with syllables.
Yep. As we know from how I pronounce Asmir. I thought that's what I thought you were setting me up for that punchline. I am your complaint.
No, I wasn't even thinking about that, but...
Oh.
Are you okay, Lilac? You seem upset.
Lilac will never be okay. Not as long as I live and persist.
Whatever, I was talking to Steeple about how if y'all heard how I pronounce certain things because of my place of residence, you would laugh a lot more at me.
Like Setzer?
Listen, that wasn't my place of residence, that was just me guessing badly at how I thought a word was pronounced.
Yeah, I can't remember what, oh right, like salmon. That's right. I
Yeah,
was trying to remember
salmon.
what Silent L you were thinking of.
Yes, I was thinking of salmon. But no, I was talking about how... So here's a really funny thing. People who are not from the regional south, in the USA, think that... They tend to think that we all kind of have the same accent. That's
no.
not true.
Oh no, there's a lot of different kinds of southern accents.
Absolutely, yes. There's different... Between states and between parts of states, we have different accents. And so...
Now, I may get the names mixed up, but I can recognize how they sound.
Yes. And so a really funny thing is that I grew up basically sitting on the state line between Louisiana and Mississippi. And so my accent has a lot of crossover between the two at times. Which has led to me getting made fun of by people from both states.
That's
Because
really
I don't sound
funny.
Louisiana enough for the Louisianians, but I don't sound Mississippi enough for the Mississippians. So, like,
And
me...
ISFIPI.
Yeah. So, like, me and my real-life best friend, who was 100% Mississippi born and raised, will argue about how to pronounce things. Like, Mardi Gras. She does not pronounce it Mardi Gras. She's like, Mardi Gras. And I'm like, no. That's not... It's Mardi Gras.
I'm also Mardi Gras, but also a filthy Californian hippie, so...
Yeah. You're allowed,
Well, actually,
but
well, my
she
fa-
should
well,
know
actually,
better.
My family's from the Pacific Northwest, actually, but,
Mm.
you know.
But yeah, Mardi Gras, and really anything with, like, an R sound in that place in the word. I was telling Steeple about this the other day. Any word with an R sound there is
After the
difficult
long
for
A.
me to pronounce properly. Like, my grandmother's husband. Oh,
Before
hold
you
on,
get
let
into
me...
that, before you get into that, Froki, sleep well. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming as always.
Thank you for
Good luck.
coming. Rest well, my friend. Okay,
Yeah, the R at
but
the end of that long A is a very common thing, yeah.
it's hard for
ahead.
me. But, specifically though, my grandmother's husband, his name was Charles.
Ciao.
But you might have noticed, I had to put a little effort into pronouncing that name. Because I'm used to
Charles.
saying Charles.
Charlie.
It's Charles.
Yep.
Because that's how
Thanks.
she says it.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone, and good luck with sodium. Thank you.
Thank you, Froki. Good luck.
But yeah,
Sleep well.
Charles and Quarter and stuff like that. Like
Water-
anything... Quarter, yeah.
You know what? There was a camp song that rhymed quarter with water, and of course all of us are kind of like,
That it was probably from down here.
Exactly. So we just kind of like flubbed the quarter a little bit. Quarter, you know.
Yeah. It's probably from down here because quarter is a totally normal way to say it here.
Yeah.
And since I was born in Louisiana, that's,
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, anything with an R sound in that place in the word, I have trouble with.
Okay, here's a question.
Yes.
What do you call the game Rochambeau?
What? Oh,
Rock-
paper, scissors, rock?
Holy
Or rock,
shit.
paper,
not even
scissors?
rock- It's like I've never heard paper, scissors, rock before.
I first learned it as paper, scissors, rock, actually. And then I heard everyone else call it rock, paper, scissors, and I was like, what?
Yeah. No, where I was, it's called Rochambeau.
Oh. No, I learned paper, scissors, rock. I think I learned it that way in Girl Scouts, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then when I got older, I started hearing people say, rock, paper, scissors, and I was like, okay, sure, shit.
Huh.
What do you call fizzy drinks? Now I'm curious.
Soda.
Soda? Okay. For me, it varies. I usually say, like, soda, but, you know.
Oh yeah, no, we say Rochambeau.
Never did the little singy chant rock. Yeah, yeah. No, we did rock, paper, scissors, or paper, scissors, rock, depending on, you know, who I was talking to. Speaking of Girl Scouts, that just reminds me of the single most 90s memory that I have, which is I vividly remember when I was like, oh my god, I had to have been like 7 or 8, going to a Girl Scout day camp, and then several other girls there taught me how to do the Macarena. That's the most 90s childhood memory of mine.
I learned how to do the Macarena in class. Like our like we were doing our teacher decided to have us all get up and dance together, so we learned it.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
But yeah,
did you ever play Butts Up as a kid?
Not under that name. I don't know what is it?
It's like you get a tennis ball and you throw it against the wall, and then someone else has to catch it. But if you fumble the catch, then you have to quickly run to the wall and touch it before anyone pelts you with the tennis ball.
No, I never played that. But then again, I wasn't really a sporty kid.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, that's wrong.
Neither was I played it.
My interactions with other kids was pretty much like, because remember, I was homeschooled until high school.
That's right. No.
Yeah, that's why I'm like this. So, a lot of my interactions with other kids was like, paint classes and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't very sporty stuff. It was, you know, I went to art classes and...
You never went on the playground.
Not really. I was never a physical activity kid, except I did dance for a few years, and I did karate.
Listen, playground time isn't about being physical. It's about hanging out with your friends and talking and shit. And then sometimes you have to chase each other because you get disease.
Okay, no, I have 2 memories of the playground when I was in kindergarten. And, because that was my only playground experience until fucking I was an adult hanging out in it with someone I was on a date with. So, but I remember all of us were on, do you remember that piece of playground equipment that it's kind of like a seesaw but with multiple arms and it just like bounces and you can have multiple kids on? Yeah. I remember being on one of those with a handful of kids and we were making up a parody of the Power Rangers theme song, but it was Poopy Diaper Rangers. I remember that, us singing Poopy Diaper Rangers. Yeah. That, and I remember going down the metal slide on a hot day once and my shirt got hiked up. And it hurt so bad.
No, that's a core memory.
Yeah. So those are my only memories of the play. Oh, and that time a boy asked me to be his girlfriend and I challenged him to a fist fight. That's a true story. Right. He didn't show up.
Of course not.
Awesome. Yeah, I was... You know, and it's really funny looking back. I'm like, why did it take me 30 years to figure out I was aromantic and a lesbian?
And a lesbian.
Yeah, my immediate response as an innocent child to being, you know, to a boy showing me affection was to be like, no, I'm gonna fucking fight you.
I should probably, like, quit out and eat dinner soon.
Yeah, I was a feisty kid. I was one of those kids in kindergarten who was like, my parents would show up, and my parents have said this frequently a lot, but it's just like, they would show up and I would be crying, and the teacher would be crying, and the other kids would be crying.
You made your teacher cry?
I was a bad kid. Apparently, which is sad because she was actually a really nice. I actually had a very nice kindergarten teacher. And I hate that I made life. In hindsight, I hate that I made life so difficult for her. Because now I've, you know, worked helping my friend in a kindergarten classroom, and I know just how fucking hard a job it is. And, you know, I feel bad. Like, obviously it wasn't my fault, but, you know, I still can't help but feel a little guilty for making her life so difficult, because she was a nice lady. She was always nice to me. So I hate that, you know, I was like that as a child. But, oh, listen, I still didn't think I was a lesbian even as I was drawing naked women. Dude, I didn't realize I was a lesbian until I was in my 30s. I
thought it
still...
was bi.
Huh?
I thought it was bi for a long time. But
Oh
that's
yeah,
just-
I thought I was bi until, like, age 32 or something. And then I went,
wanna say
wait.
I want to say mid-20s. Like, it's like, you know, the joke about, like, you know, one last stop before the train to Lesbianville.
Yeah!
It was the guy sucked and he was really boring. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like no, this just isn't for me.
Well, for me, it was, I got much more into, like, online queer spaces and started learning about the concept of, like, comphet,
Yep.
and learning about, like, the common lesbian experience of, like, you know, picking a safe guy to have a crush on, basically, or
I
continuing to
literally-
date guys because you think you have to, kind of thing. I learned about all of that, and then I went, oh.
Listen, in elementary school, I picked out a guy to be my boyfriend the way one might pick out a seat to choose in class.
Oh, yeah. When I
Oh.
was in kindergarten, I was like that. I picked
Yeah.
a boy to be my safe crush, because he was a super sweet boy and completely out of my league, so there was no danger of anything actually ever happening.
For me, it was like, oh, I got to get this over with, so I'll just pick someone.
Yeah.
Is it your faith that drives you
The
forward?
the moment that completely sealed in my head, like when I realized I was aromantic, for sure, was actually the first time I said I'm aromantic out loud, and I felt a rush of relief.
There it is.
I was like,
Did
ah.
you give up already?
Because I was like, oh my
Let's
god, I
debate
never
it
have to date
out.
again. I never have to fuck with all of that bullshit. Ugh. And then I went, okay, yeah, I'm definitely aromantic.
Yep. It's funny how Truthus was like, does your faith move you forward, blah, blah, blah. And it's against the little cherry blossom.
Yeah.
I just want to go on a picnic. I spent 3 hours on this.
Yeah.
Beg for salvation.
Okay,
And I-
God.
Yeah, it's fucking... But yeah, and the funny thing about me being aromantic, though, is when I came out as aromantic to family members, I will never forget, I think my mom's response was like, oh, that's what that is. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? What do you mean? I was like, what? And she's like, you've always been so weird about that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even realize I was that unusual.
Yep.
But it was just such a funny response. I was like, was I the last one to know? What? But yeah, apparently, and I told my aunt, and she said the same thing, like, apparently the adults around me had noticed that I was weird towards romance way earlier than I ever did.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
hi,
Mom.
135, well, hello! But yeah, it's just really funny how other people sometimes will notice things and then just be like, huh. But it doesn't really sink in for them until, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. My parents and stuff just thought I was just a fucking weirdo, which, to be fair, I am. But, you know, this specific kind of weirdness, there was something else going on there that no one figured out.
You disturbed
My family should have guessed because I spent my whole childhood despising anything that had lovey-dovey in it. No, same though. I always, like, a big thing I always said growing up was that I did not like romantic movies. I did not like romance plots. Like, I never liked rom-com. And it was funny because, like, when I was a teenager, you know, like, everybody was big into talking about romance and talking about who they're dating and stuff, and, you know, getting into, like, you know, shortly after, I think Twilight was a little after that, maybe?
Oh my God.
But we went through that, and I was just like, don't, ugh.
The Twilight series was so bad, though.
It is, but, you know, when you're a young person surrounded by other young people and none of you know better, hydrate. Thank you, I actually really do need to hydrate.
I know, I just...
basically at that point we were all too young to understand better,
Yeah.
you know? But my whole distaste for it was entirely because I don't like romance stuff. And
I'm particular with it.
yeah. Plot twist, turns out I just don't like romance. But it's weird considering how insane a shipper I am, but that's different. That's more about characters than just, I love seeing romance, you know?
That's why I said I'm particular about it. It's not just
Yeah.
romance for its own sake.
Shipping is so different. Yeah, well, I mean, even
it
like
too.
in like romantic
Wow.
movies and stuff, I never got into romantic movies or anything. Romantic media never really appealed to me. But shipping is different.
For
Because
you,
at least
it's an avenue to explore them.
exactly, for me it's always been much more about using it to explore characters and
Wow.
and character relationships and you know, the way that they affect and play off of each other. It's about how the characters are and feel. Like, I mean, I hate slash fix it or domestic or fluff or yes, same. But you know, I like shipping in the way of using it to as a tool to explore character dynamics. I like certain marriage things. It depends. It depends on how like if it's well done. You know what I mean? Like if they don't lose their personalities in the process. Like the problem is
Well, yeah.
if you lose the character in the process of writing the thing. It depends on the characters, really. Yeah. Like I have written, I'll be completely honest, I have written Shadow Vanilla where they ended up getting, well, quote unquote married, kind of. There wasn't a ceremony, but you know.
They got gay
Anyway.
married and they got evil gay married.
Yeah. But I wrote a thing where they got, you know, married, and it was different because with them it's about, you know, acknowledging, how do I put this? It's about promising eternity to each other and that kind of thing. It's about like,
It's
you
about
know,
expressing their commitment.
yeah, it's not just like, oh, marriage is so romantic. It's about, you know,
This is our cultural signifier for this kind of promise. And I
with
hate to-
Sonadao, for example, it makes me want to die. Dude, Sonadao would never get married, first of all. And second, okay, here's the thing. Until I was an adult, I had no interest in Sonado, I'll be honest. Okay, which is really funny. But, like, as a kid, it was just never really my thing. And then when I got older, I was like, oh, huh, okay. It's actually fairly recent that I've started warming up to it fully. And I don't really know why. I think it's because when I was a kid in the 2000s, you know, 90s and 2000s, there was this sentiment of it not being cool to like Slash. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like back when it was called Slash fic and stuff, it wasn't really considered cool to like it or whatever. So
Well,
I
you had
kind of
to-
had a block. Oh, hey, Mac and Cheese, what's up?
It's mac and cheese. Yeah, the thing is, what you had to do is you had to actually give warnings for yaoi.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Warning because boy, ex-boy.
Oh yeah, the fandom landscape was very different when I sound really old saying this, but when I was your age, Lilac,
Yeah.
The fandom landscape was a very different place.
Yeah, it was considered rude to make people read gay stuff without warning,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
which is the
And
thing.
that was just normal. That was the normal thing. Like you warned for yaoi. And nowadays it's just like, why would you write a fic without yaoi in it? You know?
Yep.
But
Yeah, exactly.
But back in the day, thank God everyone got better. Yeah, no, that's one of the ways the fandom landscape changed that I think is definitely a big positive. Is that it's much more open to like different sexualities and different gender interpretation. Oh my god. Dude, back in the day there just wasn't any
Gender
fanfic
stuff.
with gender stuff happening. Like, everybody used their canon pronouns and canon genders, and you had better have a good fucking argument behind it if you didn't.
Listen,
Like, you had to have concrete evidence.
you had to have like a whole like Ace Attorney segment where you presented stuff in the evidence file, and this was no. And then if you could prove it, then you could use it. But this was
Yes.
this is when it got better. That was the better alternative to
Oh,
not
yeah.
having none.
Yeah. But yeah, you had to make your fucking case. I remember
make your
even
case.
I had fell into that mindset. I remember the first fan fiction I ever saw with a trans character was Homestuck, and of course it was Dave Strider, because of course it was.
Listen,
You know.
you know how impactful Dave Strider was to trans men across the internet?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen,
There's so many
could-
trans masks from that era named Dave.
I was gonna say the easiest way to inflict fucker is to say Dave Strider to them.
Oh yeah. Oh, bye-bye. Bye, Ma.
Oh, bye,
But yeah, so that was there's a guy on Tumblr whose legal name is Dirk Strider. Yeah, that's not
Yep.
surprising. I know someone who would do that.
Yep.
I know someone who has an introject of Dirk, which is fucking hilarious, by the way, because I use it to inflict fucker on him when I can tell he's fronting.
Good.
There was one time he was telling me about something that happened in traffic, and he was just going on a very Dirkian rant about it, and I was like, okay, Dirk, and he was just like, fuck, oh my god! He was like, how did you know? I was like, dude, I've known you for so long, you think I can't tell when Dirk's up front? Come
Yeah.
on.
So I'm gonna hijack the speaking role right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's funny, like you're talking about, like the shipping and everything. It's like, listen, here's the thing. Despite all my complaints, I actually do like shipping and romance and stuff a lot. It's just the problem with a lot of stuff is that they'll make this trade-off of making, say, their favorite tropes or like the stock format of fics at the expense of their characters. And I'm like, no, wrong, incorrect buzzer.
Yes, you're right.
Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, different characters have different dynamics, right? So, like, what they would do, versus not.
They
Like, for
are
example,
watching.
Like, are they the kind of couple who would share toothbrushes, or are they the kind of people who would marry for tax reasons, or are they like, I want another divorce?
Yeah, yes.
Therapy speak Joker. God,
Yes.
I hate the use of therapy speak in like the wrong
Yes.
context. Like, if you're writing about an ancient world, don't say the word consent like that. It's like, please recognize your context, please. There are other ways that express the same thing. People
Yeah.
knew about these concepts before, please. But yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
name swaps fics just are so boring to me. I hate them so
Oh
much.
yeah. Panic Attack fix, why is Shadow the Hedgehog turning into train? Yeah. Oh my god,
Yes.
yes. Yes.
People
Or like,
only know one method in order to address that, and it sucks.
Uh-huh.
All and rejoice.
oh yeah. Well, it's because, a big part of it is because people are scared that if they do it wrong, they'll get attacked by people for, doing a bad. You know what I mean?
That's true, but
Like,
it's
if your creation these days doesn't perfectly appeal exactly to the current and most modern sense of morality and how you should behave in every situation, then you're bad, and you should feel bad, and you're going to be canceled and destroyed.
some of the most useful tags are period typical blank, which is funny because
Yeah.
often when they say period typical, they don't actually mean period typical, say, I don't know, sexism, but they use modern sexism, but they pretend that's what happened the way they did back then.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Our purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Truly a blessing.
Like, if you're writing a story set in a world that is very different, or a time era that is very different from the one we're currently in, you're gonna have to engage with the way things were at the time. Like, that's, or the way things are in that world, Like, and if you don't, it falls flat, because it's just, you know, like you're not really engaging with the content that you're trying to write. You're just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're just using the character names and faces in a generic thing. You know, you have to be willing to, so if you're writing,
Rephrase it.
yeah, so if you're writing for,
Or recontextualize.
yeah, if you're writing for a canon that has darker aspects to it, or even aspects where they wouldn't understand certain modern concepts and stuff, you're gonna have to take that into consideration. Like, I hate to be this guy, but like, if you're not willing to engage with that kind of stuff, you probably shouldn't be writing for that particular thing.
Sure to honor the other's desires.
Or
you
at
know?
least or at least it's like, you know, like change the tone a little bit. Like, okay, this is a light, fun thing. You
Yeah,
know,
or just
not
write
to
an
do a whole bunch of
AU.
research on, and that's it's like, listen, this isn't meant to be accurate. I get it, but here's what I'm writing for. That's fine. You know, but like, anyway,
Right.
Dandy, welcome back. I'm
Welcome
so glad
back,
your
I'm-
basement is no longer flooding.
Yeah, I'm glad. That was worrying. Oh my god, though, let me just say, talking about the fandom landscape, the one weird exception to the slash not being cool thing, for some reason, was RPF.
Yeah.
Baby, RPF was rampant and unquestioned. It was the wild fucking west if you were into a band in the 2000s and 2010s. Like,
For sure,
you
for
could
sure.
do whatever. Nobody gave a shit. The band members would read your and comment on your fan fiction. That happened.
Good
I
lord.
vividly remember. Specifically, I remember, back in the LiveJournal days, I was in Bandom, which is, like, kind of, a catch-all term for, like, the MCR, Fallout Boy, and adjacent bands community, right? Basically, like, the emo band fan community. I was very active in that community for a few years as a teenager. And I vividly remember the lead singer of the Hush Sound read a fanfiction about her hooking up with a girl from another band that she was friends with, and she commented on it. And
Oh my
she,
god.
but she was just like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. I really do like stockings," and stuff like that. Yeah, she liked it. Yeah, she was
Oh,
like, "You got that right. I like stockings on girls," and we were like, "Whoa!"
Okay, so to interject on that, people are way more comfortable with like interacting with actors and like writers and stuff than, because back in the day you kept this shit hidden, because like
Oh yeah.
it went back to Spock/Kirk, right? Like people
Mm-hmm.
would lose their jobs over this shit in extreme cases. You know, that's why.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
For mailing lists and stuff.
Yep. That's why they would, back in the oldest days, they wouldn't even use their names in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, listen, I get like for some things, like you want writers to kind of, you know, give you little, you know, treats, right? I get that, but at the same
I
time, it's like,
understand
you need to-
that,
I understand the
and
impulse, but you need to
being
stop looking
curious.
for validation from writers.
right. That, and also, at least in Minecraft RP, there was a culture of having to get something approved before you could write it.
God.
You know, like asking, "Are you okay with this? Are you okay with that? Can I do this?" And as someone who came from
Well-
the 2000s and the 2010s culture of do whatever you want, just make sure they don't see it, that's baffling to me.
I know. I get with some extreme like topics that might be okay. Like, hey, like, is there anything you really do not want us to do? But at the same
What,
time,
right. I'm
like-
not saying it's inherently a bad thing. It's just very strange to me.
Oh, absolutely. Like you're like, you know, it's like there's always a divide there. Hold on, let me read what Dandy says.
The shortest explanation for what happened: rained, the pumps in the crawl space in the basement weren't working, the carpet started— Why does your basement have carpet? So we had to vacuum up the water. Took a while, but thankfully it stopped raining. It wasn't too big an emergency. Still something we had to take care of. Well, I'm glad that there wasn't bad damage or anything. Boundaries
Yeah,
cards.
absolutely.
Ah! Yeah,
Okay.
like,
So like another like thing is like also like I wish people would like be more understanding of context of sources too. And it's
yeah.
like if you're acknowledging like this is what the intent was, this was the implication, but I'm gonna do this anyway because it speaks to me. Like okay, yeah, that's fine. But like, okay,
True.
here's something that's gonna get me canceled on Twitter or whatever. But
I've been canceled already. It's fine.
I know that's part of the joke. I remember getting into an argument with someone about like, Jughead from Archie comics.
Yes.
And it's like, you guys don't understand. When he says he doesn't like dames and cares more about meals than girls,
Behind my shield.
that's not awesome asexual rep. That was coded him as, like, if anything, that made him read as gay, okay?
At the
This is a
time, yes.
Yeah, this is a confirmed Bachelor joke they're doing. Like, now here's the thing, I don't dislike that Ace Jughead canon. I think that's fine. I think a lot, if people like, oh yeah, hey, this is mood, this is me, that's fine. But it's like, you're not saying like, oh my god, it's totally canon. Like, well, no, it's just like, this is what the joke was,
Yeah. You had 2 minutes left. I didn't notice. I was listening to Steeple and talking to Steeple, and then I wasn't... Anyway.
Oh well.
It's too late now. I can't get my 300 crystals back.
My fault.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I had something I was gonna say. What was it?
It's like another thing, it's like, I saw, like, this is a while ago, by the way, don't quote me on this now. But it's like ace people would cling on to, like, say, Artemis, it's like, I don't think they're wrong, per se.
Mine alone.
Yeah.
Thanks, Twitter. Like, I don't think they're wrong, but, like, the thing that you had to understand is that, like, I don't think lesbians are wrong either, because the thing is, like, all that sort of thing, like, gay women weren't really, like, taken seriously as a thing back then, because it was a very phallocentric culture.
Yeah.
So, like, basically you had, like, the role for women was either a wife and mother or a virgin, right? And the thing is, virgins had this very, like, wild, outdoorsy kind of reputation, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're a confirmed virgin, so to speak, like a confirmed bachelor,
Mm-hmm.
then it wouldn't be too unusual for, those kind of women to, like, be very, like, engage in hunting and, do sports and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, the idea was, like, a husband would tame a woman into becoming a proper wife.
Yes.
So it's like, but that could have been anything from a gender non-conforming woman, someone who didn't want to be trapped in the house, a gay woman,
Yeah.
asexual woman. It could have been a lot of things. So while I think it's good that people see themselves in these stories and kind of like, reclaim them in a way, saying like, oh, she's definitely this or that, it's like, we can't really say that.
That's true.
I mean-
That's the thing that I've noticed about, like, historic stories and mythologies and stuff, is people love to say, like, oh, it was absolutely this. But the thing you gotta remember is that a lot of the identities that we're pinning to these people and characters they weren't really a thing at the time. They're not something that person would have necessarily claimed.
Or at least the context, yeah. And
Yeah,
so
like-
it's okay to like, know that and disregard it. Like, for example, like, oh yeah, like yeah, our Artemis is totally lesbo to me, right?
Yeah.
But it's not because I think it's impossible for her to be anything else, or I think like that's quote unquote canon. It's just that's how I like to see her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, because it speaks to my current sensibilities and stuff.
Right.
And also it's fun. But so it's not that I dislike things. It's just like I think it's easy to like start overwriting history and like what the contexts are.
Yeah.
So you have to. So it's important to be aware of when you're doing that. So it's a deliberate decision, not an accident.
Yeah. I had more thoughts on fandom culture from back in the day, but I can't remember them.
Oh well.
But the RPF era was an interesting time. Not that RPF doesn't still happen, but you know what I mean. Back when it was just like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
the thing you did, like, when it was much
Yeah.
more normalized and not quite so like these days people kind of are
It's more
no-
standardized.
I remember what I was going to talk about now. Something I wanted to talk about earlier, which is boundaries and the culture surrounding them and everything. as someone who was in a fandom that was very big into it. The thing is, I think allowing a creator to have more control over how they're portrayed is technically a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is a good thing, especially considering some of these creators are younger and stuff. Like, I think encouraging a space where a public figure is allowed to have more control over their image and all, I think that is a good thing technically. But there are people who get really insane about it. There are people who get really carried away and consider themselves basically the boundaries police. And
I was gonna say, some people care more about like being fandom police and hunting people down and, you know, living out their vigilante glory rather than actually being like, hey, is this space okay? Or, you know, are you respecting them?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they don't care that much about making it, you know, safe, about keeping things safe and comfortable for the people and the person that they supposedly are a fan of, so much as they just want to, you know...
be a vigilante.
There was a more specific thing I was going to say. It's more about... Okay. It's about, oh, what is the term? There's a term.
Mm-hmm.
It's about showing off how good your morality is, basically. It's about virtue signaling. That's what it is. Yeah. It's virtue signaling, a lot of it is.
I hate to use that term in a way, but it's like it in its basic sense, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
It's about looking good and like kind of earning points in the community as a, you know, good person versus, you know, what are the impact of my actions.
Right, and the Minecraft the Minecraft RP community is...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the Minecraft community is rampant with that.
I can imagine. But yeah, also it's like, does this shit even matter?
Yeah.
Is this worth spending time on?
Right. It is, like, a thing that they really don't grasp is that, well, I'm not in it now, but I'm just talking about, you know...
At the time.
But it's like... another issue that they have that you reminded me of, it's gotten so much better. Has it really?
Good.
But an issue that they had was like, basically they would treat something that was, you know, harmless but annoying with the same weight as this person's an active danger to the community.
God, I hate when that happens
They would get equally upset. They would treat both things with equal gravitas. And it's like... And then they would get mad when the creator had trouble knowing about a bad thing going on in their community. And it's like, y'all, think about it. This person is faced with likely thousands and thousands of people yelling different things at them all day, every day. You know, like, they're not going to immediately be aware of every single event within the community and exactly the correct way to respond to it. You know?
Especially if people keep bringing up shit that doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like, what you're doing when you get equally angry over something that isn't hurting anyone actively, but was just kind of like, ugh. And like, actual danger is that you're muddying the water. You're making it harder for the actually important things to get heard. You know?
Yeah, it's like something so often. It's like, I remember back in the day, it's like, you know what, this could have been an event post.
Yeah, man. Randy's problematic for dude, oh my god, that fucking pissed me off so bad.
That was a joke. That is a joke gay people make to each other.
And also, they were literally echoing something lesbians said first.
God.
Like, lesbian really fans of Ranboo were the ones saying that, and their wording at the time was, apparently I dress like a lesbian, echoing what lesbians had said to them.
Just absolutely non-issue of a
non-issue whatsoever.
I have to wonder if, like, maybe, like, relative age or something like that of the fandom impacts it, because I feel like...
Absolutely it does.
Yeah, 'cause if
Yes.
you're younger, you're more sensitive to that kind of thing because you really want to be like moral and good, and so you
Made
have
that
more
poor, yeah.
hypervigilant.
Yeah, he was so.
Oh my
And here's
god!
that was when Rambo was. This was earlier on, like before they had come out and everything, and back when they were like younger and much more sensitive about stuff. He was 17 at the time. Yeah, he was a youngin.
Christ.
And so yeah, he had a bunch of people yelling at him. You're 17, you know, you're a 17-year-old kid with anxiety, and all of a sudden all of these like thousands of people are yelling at you over something. Like, of course
Something
you're
other
gonna get
people
upset.
said.
I would have cried too. Like,
Yeah.
I would have been upset too, you know? Like, because like
It's like a microcosm of like,
A
you know,
silent
the
prayer for the
woman
altar
who
of the
wrote
fallen.
sexually identify as an attack helicopter,
yes.
and because of the title alone, everyone like started like bashing it and shit.
Yeah.
When like actually no, it was like commentary on, you know, like on pinkwashing basically.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, none of you actually read that shit, did you?
Trial ground.
Anyway. So if you kind of like want to look into the phenomenon on a larger scale, that's what it is. And it's just frustrating.
Yeah, it's
Like, you have to have a sense of scale here, and also distinguish between morally bad and personally I hate this, or I find it annoying.
yes.
You know what? It's also like people feel like they can't find something annoying unless they have a morale behind it. It's like,
Yes.
no, you can just be a hater sometimes. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a shift away from that now, but
And I think the biggest issue, yeah, in and it's probably in other fandom communities too, but for me it was in the Minecraft community, was again, people couldn't distinguish between a person making a stupid decision that, you know,
yeah.
it's just doing something stupid basically, and a person being a terrible person who needs to be deplatformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's like, can
I
they
don't
walk
know.
it back or not? And are they willing to walk it back or not?
Yeah, and are they putting other people in danger? Like, are they a threat to anyone? Is this behavior harming other people? You know? Or was it just, you know, an annoying, dumb decision that didn't actually hurt anyone, but it was like, man, come on. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's an
Because, you know-
important distinction.
Yeah, the come on reaction.
Yeah, yeah. That's something. I have a friend who's very into Slimecicle, and there have been a lot of things over the past year where people en masse got so fucking pissed and just were throwing fits over shit that was really just him making a stupid ass decision.
Oh.
Like it just him being dumb, you know, and not you know, not in a dangerous, oh, he's a threat to the community way, just he's fucking dumb. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I don't know.
mean.
It's like I'm just sitting here like, this seems like more the kind of thing where you'd be like, come on, man, rather
Judge the
than
severity of
throwing a
things.
huge fit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
my friend hates him because she was a mod for him and he did dumb things that she hated. Understandable. Hey, if you've got a personal thing,
Beef.
that's, you know, that's
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm just
'Cause you
talking
also
about,
you also hate someone without condemning them, you know? Like,
that's
then
true.
they answer like, oh, they should be canceled and go away forever. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, you can think someone's an asshole without
like, I
thinking
don't-
they should be, you know, rid from the public eternally.
Yeah, or like, I don't like him very much, so I'm not gonna follow him or whatever. You know, it's
Yeah.
fine. I love being a hater.
know. Not everyone has to like everything or everyone else.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you have to, like, you can dislike something or someone, like I said, without it having to be like, no one should ever like this. You know what I mean?
Here.
Yep. Hold on, I have hiccups.
Bless. Yeah, that was one thing I actually really respected about, back during, at the height of the Dream SMP, back before, you know, the fall began to happen. there's a content creator I followed who a bunch of people asked him to react to Dream SMP stuff or whatever. He does what they call he calls it bad content pong. And people were like, you should do the Dream SMP for the bad content pong. And so at the beginning of one of his videos, he was like, look, I didn't know what this thing was. I looked into it. He's like, it's not my thing, but I'm not gonna shit on it or whatever. They're doing what, like, he was like, it's not,
it's just not for me.
Exactly. He was like, they're doing a thing for them, and that's fine,
Another very good distinction to make.
Yeah, exactly. You can acknowledge that something isn't for you without being like, this isn't for anyone, and I'm going to be a shithead about it.
I think a lot of these things, these distinguishing stuff, I feel like a lot of it comes from experience and, like, figuring things out. It takes time. So it's like, I don't blame people for, like, I regret, like, being so judgmental, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, that happens. We're all stupid, judgmental teenagers, okay?
Yeah, you mentioned this earlier, but I will say, I think a massive part of all of these problems is just that the Minecraft RP community is very young. It's a lot of teenagers, and at that age, you have a lot of strong opinions, but not the emotional maturity to really contextualize everything properly, and,
like, figuring out how to express yourself, or, like, how to choose your battles, because, like, why should I choose my battles? They're all important. And it's like, well, about that.
Exactly.
You're going to kill yourself doing it if you don't choose.
Right. Yeah, you've got to learn to discern, like, what is important to, go all in on, and what you should just let go. And that's something that a lot of teenagers have trouble with.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, I really hate this thing, and that's the end. Sometimes you just hate something, and you just, walk away. That's fine. You don't have to do anything about it.
Exactly. You're allowed to dislike things if you don't like a thing, you don't need a reason.
Hit the bricks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it took me a long time to realize I don't have to respond to everything. I could just have, like, I'm just saying as a thought, I'm going to complain to my friend who's sympathetic, and then I'm going to move on because it does not matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Learning not to engage is such an important thing.
God, I know. And it's like, listen, I have sympathy for teenagers because everything is intense and you can't do shit.
Yeah, everything is the most important.
Yeah, but everyone treats you like you're so fucking stupid and just hateful, and it's just... So, like, I have sympathy, but it's also like, you don't have the experience or skill yet.
Like I said, a lot of it is emotional maturity.
Yeah, it's like, it's a skill you develop, and part of it is you have to have that experience. It's like, now you don't have to, but it's easier with, and often comes with it,
Right.
So, I mean, you can't really undo the fact that if you're alive for 30 years, you're gonna have more experience than when you're 20.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it's not necessarily, like, for example, you might have more emotional maturity than someone else, but the you that exists, the you at 20 is never going to be the same as you at 30.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like, don't, like... I have sympathy, but it's also like, you don't have to do all this. And it's like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's another part of, like, that lack of emotional maturity is a lot of why, in fandom spaces with a lot of teenagers, you get a lot of black and white morality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that's...
go to extremes easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, people tend to always go to extremes. Like, everything is always either the worst that it could be or the best. Like, there's little space for nuance. And that's an emotional maturity thing. That is something that, as you gain emotional maturity, you come to understand there's a lot more in between, and also that the in between actually matters. Like, a lot of teenagers these days online think that the in between doesn't matter.
No, I've seen that happen when
but
we
it
were teenagers
does.
too.
What?
I've seen that happen when we were teenagers too.
That's true. But yeah, they tend to think
call
that,
like... It's what you call a typical developmental habit, let's say. Mindset. So it's not necessarily something you're doomed to, it's just something to watch out for, because people have these tendencies at this age about,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't want to like generalize too much, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, the hindsight, right?
Right, yeah. No, I can say this because I was that kid.
Yes. God, I know, right? It's like, so it's like if you can save yourself the trouble and like think about these things, you'll probably have an easier time of it.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes you could just be a hater, but like not have to like,
Yeah, you don't have to
like you don't have to
justify
condemn, but neither
disliking
do-
something.
You don't have to condemn, but neither do you have to retaliate. Like sometimes you don't need to defend
Yeah.
yourself against people. Like, who
Yeah.
is that? Anyone who's gonna care about you again? Like, it doesn't matter. Fuck them.
I think the best thing that ever happened to me was realizing I don't have to engage with this.
Yeah,
Like,
know, right?
I can just fuck off and move on with my day and not, like, I'll see an opinion online that I disagree with, and, I've realized I don't have to say I disagree. Like, I don't have to pick a fight with this person. I can just fuck off.
It's a joke about don't look at the comments,
Uh-huh.
It's like, stop trying to find validation in this place you're unlikely to. Just leave. Let
Yeah.
people
Now-
be dumb and wrong on their own.
The only time, there is one thing I allow myself to engage in these
of course.
days when it comes to arguing with people online, and that is arguing with people about Shadow Vanilla because it's funny to me.
Listen,
Because-
we all have our vices, okay?
The thing is,
Vices.
it's just such a goofy, nothing argument to have, right? Like, it's not like a big societal issue or something. It's just y'all are arguing about characters in the cookie game. Like, It's like,
Listen.
it's the dumbest thing to get that worked up about.
Listen, arguing about petty shit that doesn't matter is great fun. It's enrichment, okay?
Absolutely. There is an argument I've been
the other
having in
day-
YouTube comments for months now
Oh yeah, it's so
over
funny.
Shadow Vanilla.
It's like how I joked about It's how I joked about the Eldritch Force and Look Outside being gay.
Mm-hmm.
And like some people were like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm gonna make out with the horrors. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And, it's like, at the end of the day, you can always just drop the argument, or you can pick it up. It's just for fun.
The internet is
know.
the world's easiest place to just fucking leave an argument you don't want to be part of.
Honestly,
The
Got
trick is knowing that you can leave, you know?
exactly. So this is like you pick your battle. It's like, this is funny to argue about, so I'm going to do it. It's not a great
Yeah.
text to me.
Like, in the... again, I hate going back to this, but it's such a good example. The Minecraft RP community. There was this concept of, like, if something's going on, you have to engage with it. Like, if something bad happens, you have to talk about it. If there's some event or whatever, if there's some... Like, you have to engage with it, and if you
have to
don't
give it
talk... If you're not talking about this, you're a bad person. And it's
You have
like,
to give-
no.
This isn't about like the genocide in Gaza. This is like a RP group.
Yeah, it's like, if I don't want to engage with this, I don't have to.
You don't have to give a press release here.
Yes! Oh my god, that is exactly the energy. It always felt like every blogger talking about a certain fandom was expected to release a press release on each major event that happened. Like, how do you feel about this debate or whatever? And it's like, no, you don't have to.
You can't even say, I don't know enough about this to have an opinion.
Right.
Or like, here's my thoughts, but I could be wrong because I don't know much, or blah, 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 or I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, because if you say that, then they're just like, well, go learn. And it's like, well, why do I have to? Like, I have no input or control over this event.
I don't have a horse in this race.
Are you
You
a
don't-
pro-shipper or anti-shipper? Thog don't care. Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Don't fucking get me started on that whole thing.
The thing is, the terms pro and anti-shipper got corrupted from their original forms, so it's a really sticky mess right now.
Exactly. That's the problem with those terms are so far divorced from what they originally were conceptualized.
Yeah.
Like, there was this terrible mutation that happened with the use of those terms. And it's just like, and now due to what they're stuck to, you can't take them back. Like,
Yeah.
you can't it's not fixable anymore.
Yep.
because back when they were first conceptualized, they were literally what it says on the tin. Are you in favor of shipping this or not? People who identify as either are so... Yes! God, same.
People who still identify as this are annoying.
Yeah,
But
because
also
it's like...
But also, I feel like it's kind of unbalanced, because on one hand, like, you get annoying people, and on the other hand, you got predators. So I'm like, well, these aren't quite equal, but...
Yeah.
But also, it's like, I feel like it's time to let go of them, because it's like, they're better... They don't communicate anything anymore.
Yeah, here's the thing. The problem with the term pro-shipper is the fact that it has morphed to the point to where it encompasses both people who write like a less than healthy relationship between two consenting adults, or pedophiles. You know?
Yes,
it encompasses both of those things. It's a term that has been so warped it's essentially useless now.
Exactly.
Because
So
it
that's
makes
why-
no distinction between... It holds those two things on the same moral level. And
Which
it's like
sucks.
that... Yeah, which is not... You can't do that. Like, those are two wildly different things. The term has become messed up enough that it's useless now. Like, you know?
Yep.
Ugh. And it frustrates me so bad. So,
Also, nowadays, I think this ship sucks because XYZ. I don't like it.
mm-hmm.
Or maybe...
No, there has to be something morally wrong with it.
Well, it's like, I think this ship is morally wrong for XYZ, so I judge people who ship it. You could just say that,
Yeah.
which I do.
It's just
Like,
so
I don't-
frustrating because someone will be like, hey, so-and-so that follows you as a pro-shipper means
does that
nothing, because
mean?
it's like, exactly, like, okay, in what way?
Do
they-
Yuri or what?
Right, do they like a toxic relationship, or are they a predator? I need
Yeah.
to know because I care about the difference in those two things, you know?
Yeah,
Those two things are not the same.
they are not.
So telling me so-and-so is a pro-shipper basically means nothing, because it's like,
It's a useless bullshit term now.
yeah, it's like, that tells me nothing about, you know,
Anything.
anything. Like, that
Anything
doesn't...
useful.
I gain net zero information from being told so-and-so's a pro-shipper. Like, okay, how? You know? Like,
I
what
really should
part
go
of that?
and- I'm sorry, I really should go. I've stayed far too long, but...
Okay.
Talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye, Lilac. Bye, Rosie. Good luck with the...
Bye.
Good luck with the sodium, man.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. But yeah, and the thing about the term pro-shipping is the fact that no one knows the origin of the term, and that it I don't think people understand these days that it encompasses such a broad range of things, you know? So these days, in the popular usage, it's basically used as an alternate term for pedophile. So if anyone, like, if one of the people from the old school who used it in the sense of, you know, the way it was originally intended to be used, people immediately assume, oh, that's a predator or something. And it's like, no, because that's not what that term means. And then there are the actual predators who have co-opted it, and it's like, man, like, it's a useless term. Completely useless. Like, if you know that someone I'm interacting with has genuinely done something bad, tell me that. Tell me what they did, you know? Tell me, hey, so-and-so is into this, or is in this community, or whatever, you know? Has done or said this. Don't say, hey, they're a pro-shipper, because that doesn't tell me anything. Like, I certainly don't want to give voice and platform to someone, you know, to someone harmful. Of course not. But you have to use your words to tell me that. Like, I had people on Tumblr message me before, like, hey, you interacted with so-and-so, and they're a pro shipper, and I was like, how? And then I never got any elaboration. So I was like, well, now I don't know. I don't know if they're, you know, dangerous and I shouldn't, and actually bad and I shouldn't interact with them, or if they like a toxic pairing. Like, I've gained no information. So, you know. Anyway, bottom line is, use your words. Just say what it is, you know? Anyway. I don't know where to go from this conversation. So anyway, cookies! Cookies! Yes! Man, I've seen people refer to Shadow Vanilla as, quote-unquote, a pro ship, and I'm like, one, a pro ship isn't a thing. And two, no. Yeah, I've seen people call it a pro ship or a dark ship. And I'm like, no. No? Because it's abuser ex-victim. A lot of people say that it is abuser ex-victim. And I'm like, what a gross oversimplification of that whole storyline. Like, what a massive way to flatten out everything. Like, way to flatten out their dynamic, way to iron out all of Pure Vanilla's agency in that story. Just flattening it down to abuser ex-victim just completely erases so much of the core things of the pairing. Like, y'all just looked at it and saw one character being mean to another and decided it was abuser and victim. That's what it is. And it's just like, that's not it. But yeah, a lot of people do regard, like, there's... Oh my god, Shadow Vanilla is massively divisive, actually, because there's a whole school of thought people are convinced that it's, quote-unquote, a pro ship or a dark ship. Oh yeah, it's huge. There was a huge backlash against CJ for endorsing Shadow Vanilla because of that. Like, I believe it's mostly on TikTok and stuff like that group is in, but they are big, and that's why Shadow Milk got spite voted out of the Creme de la Creme so early in the first round. Because of people who hate Shadow Vanilla and think that it's bad and gross, and people who are sick of seeing Shadow Milk everywhere. Shadow Milk got spite voted out of the very first round of the Creme de la Creme because of that. Which isn't a big deal. I think it's really funny. But that is why that happened. You know, that's just an active example I can provide of that community doing things. But yeah, they... And within that group are also the people who are like, it's not canon, so you can't ship it, which is the most insane fucking thing I've ever heard. Can you imagine living like that? Which is insane, one, because it is canon in some degree. Like, not the way they're thinking that we think it's canon, but there is a degree of canonicity to it, you know? But also, you can't ship It's so true. God, I'm sure there are people who would think that is the thing. And it's like, man... But yeah, Shadow Vanilla is incredibly fucking divisive. I've had people say hateful shit to me because I ship Shadow Vanilla vocally. Like, I've had people come at me about it. People get heated. They take it seriously. Oh, yeah! I know! Like I said, I've been having a months-long argument in YouTube comments just because I think it's funny, with various people who are shouting me down for shipping Shadow Vanilla because it's gross and abusive and how dare you. Yeah. I shut one person up immediately because I was just like, I'm an abuse victim and it's offensive to me that you think that. And they were like, ah! 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 So that was pretty funny. It reminded me of the fucking kink shaming is my kink Vine. Like, that's what it felt like. My voice is going... I've talked way too much during this stream, apparently, because my voice is starting to split already. But, yeah, people get really upset about Shadow Vanilla. And it's like, dude... There are more toxic pairings in the same game, and y'all are worried about them? Like, let's talk about Eternal Holly. But I have seen nowhere near the amount of, like, vitriol towards Eternal Holly. Are we back from ads? I was, like I said, letting my voice rest some while ads were going. Yeah, exactly. I get that. I'm glad I could provide that. But yeah, like, the reason I commented on that Shadow Vanilla video and, you know, started arguing with people is because this person posted just a funny little video of, like, compilation of Shadow Vanilla being gay. And people, the comment section was rancid. People were being so fucking awful to this person. And so I felt bad, so I commented to give them a little island of positivity in there, you know? I commented because to chat with them and to be like, hey, you know, I like the video, and here's all the things that, you know, I like and understand about Shadow Vanilla and stuff, you know. Because that person was just getting dogpiled. But I guess it ended up with me basically being the tank and pulling aggro onto myself away from that person, which I'm fine with because I can handle it. Like, I can take that just fine. It doesn't affect me. Fucking people yelling at me over a fictional ship, that doesn't get to me at all. Like, that that doesn't hurt me. So I would much rather pull that onto me, since it doesn't hurt me, than have some random, probably teenager get piled with it, you know? Like, if I can redirect the vitriol away from someone more sensitive, then I'm cool with that. I would take that damage for them. Because, like I said, like, I'm at a point to where that kind of shit doesn't affect me. I'm fine, you know? If anything, I just think it's funny. So I'll throw myself on that grenade for them. I don't care. But so that's why I commented on that. I know YouTube comment section is a cesspit. You know, you do not, you know, engage with YouTube comment sections. But this time I saw where I could kind of step in and maybe, you know, help someone out. Just a little baby creator who just liked a thing and wanted to post a video of it, you know? And I'm glad I was able to draw some of the ire onto myself rather than have it aimed at the original poster, because they didn't deserve it. But there have been a lot of really funny moments in that ongoing discussion. The main thing I've come out of it understanding is the fact that a lot of people... Hang on, let me turn this down a little. A lot of the people who... A draw? Damn. A lot of people who hate Shadow Vanilla and think that it's abusive and terrible don't actually understand this, like, literally don't understand the story. Like, genuinely did not understand the physical events that took place. I don't know whether it's poor media literacy. I don't know whether they just didn't read it very well. Like, maybe they just skimmed the dialogue or something. But that's the running theme, is these people would try to recount events to me, and they would get it completely wrong. Like, literal physical events that occurred in the story, basic story beats, they would get wrong. And this was consistent across, like, all of them. And one time I laid out the actual physical events of the story in my own comment and had a bunch of people call it all headcanon and stuff. And I was like, no, you can go read the script on the CRK wiki. you can fact check everything I've said. Like, this is literally just what happens. So, yeah, a lot of, in my experience, it's been an educational experience, you know, intentionally arguing with a bunch of haters, because I understand now that their opinion comes from literally fundamentally not understanding the story that they're commenting on. These are a bunch of very young teenagers. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why I'm never, like, mean or hateful. You know, like, I don't insult them. I don't call them names or anything. Like, I just, you know, will reply, like, no, this is how this happened. You know, the meanest I've ever been was someone was just like, yeah, well, I still think it's abusive and I hate it. And I just replied, okay. You know, like, I'm not, I say that I'm arguing with them, but, like, I'm not, I go out of my way to not be mean because I know that these are young people. You know, these are kids. These people are probably half my age. At most, you know? They'll grow out of it. Yes, certainly. But yeah, so that's why I try not to be mean to them. I just try to lay it out for them as factually as possible. Like, no, this is what happened. This is the actual events. You know, like, I don't want to be mean to them. Because, like I said, you know, like I just established, I know I'm talking in circles, sorry, I'm bad to do that when I ramble. But, yeah, you will find the odd 25 to 30-year-old who acts like that, and you'll go, yeah, trust me, I know. And it's always so baffling seeing someone my age in fandom act like that, because it's like, wow, you just never really grew up, did you? Hold on. The thing that got me interested in CRK is you rambling about the lore on Discord that one time, so that's what got me interested in learning about that and just the story in general. I'm glad! Yeah, one thing that I really want to do when I discuss the CRK story is I feel like a lot of people would never guess from the outside just how high quality its story is, you know? So I like being able to expose just how good it really is to people who would never usually, you know, it would never pop up on their radar. Because, again, this is, like I was saying on my Discord earlier, this is a really strong story, really good characters, hidden in a free mobile gacha game, you know? About cookies. So, like, it's something that for a lot of people who I think would really appreciate some of the stuff it does, it would never be on their radar due to the nature of what it is. So I'm kind of like, my goal is to kind of like grab the good parts of this story and everything and drag it out to where people who would normally never see it can get a look at it. You know, I want to get the good aspects of this story out in front of more eyes who would never normally see it. Because there are a lot of people out there who I think would really appreciate some of the story beats going on here. And I'm glad that I've been able to help more people, you know, appreciate this story. Because regardless of the trappings of it, the gacha game mechanics and all, this is a very good story that people have worked very hard on. Like, regardless of the business and monetization side of it, the creative side has a lot of really obviously passionate people and skilled people who have worked very hard to pour their skills into this and create something really remarkable. Like, Cookie Run Kingdom it's a very special thing. So I hope to create more appreciation for just how special it is, you know? Outside of the gacha game community and stuff. Like, I want more people who don't play these kinds of games and stuff to, you know, get to appreciate what the story that this game has to offer. Because there's a whole lot of good here. There's a lot of fascinating stuff There's a lot of world building that sounds goofy on the surface, but if you dig beneath the silly candy-themed names and stuff, things are really interesting. There's a world here. There's a living world with mythology and lore and, like, there's really interesting stuff happening. So yeah, I really like allowing more people to see that and discuss it and come to appreciate the actual depth of what's going on here beneath the surface. I think my favorite thing a friend has said about it was the time they described it as the aesthetics of Candyland with the story of Fullmetal Alchemist, and it's like, yeah, like, there's a very deep and complex and surprisingly dark at times story going on here. That I feel like even people in the community who play the game sometimes don't appreciate properly, you know? So, like, on a smaller level, like, to pick, like, a single character, Pure Vanilla. Pure Vanilla is a very well-loved character. But I feel like the affection most people have for him is really a very limited, like, their understanding of him is very limited. They don't appreciate the full depth of what's been done with his character and everything. Like, there's been a lot of really fascinating writing done with him. And his character arc and everything. He's just very well written, very interesting. There's a lot to dig into and explore. And most people just don't do it. And I'm like, why are you not... You like this character, why aren't you engaging with the most interesting parts of him? You know? Shadowmilk. Shadowmilk fans are guilty of that too. There are Shadowmilk fans who will just be like, oh, you know, I really love this fucked up jester. And it's like, well, yeah, but, like, there's a lot going on there to discuss. There's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of complexity there. This is why you need to write and post fic. I need to write and post more fic. I do need to do more. To kind of help, you know, create more content out there that does get into the more interesting aspects of those two and of other characters in the game as well. There's a lot of characters with surprising depth that people just don't appreciate. Although Pure Vanilla, I think, is the most egregious example. Because, like you said, yeah, he tends to get reduced to being just, like, a cute puppy. And it's like, there's so much more interesting stuff going on with him than that. He's so much more than that. Like, and it's not that he isn't that. It's just that that's scratching the surface. You know? Like, in discussing Pure Vanilla, it's not that he's not, you know, the gentle sweetheart. But it's that he's that and other things as well. So it does him a disservice when you flatten him down to only being that. There's so much more, and the fact that the other things are going on makes that surface level much more interesting to me. You know? Like, the whole Truthless Recluse arc, I've said, I adore what that whole story arc does for his character in hindsight. Because it's like, knowing that that's there, and that the capability of his behavior during chapters 7 and 8 is there, it reflects on his behavior when he is being the sweet little guy. It makes it much more interesting to me. I think a part of the reason I enjoy Pure Vanilla so much is because there's some aspects of him I relate to. Can't mention it all at the moment, but the more I learn, the more I go, huh, yeah, I get that. Wasn't expecting that, so it's really neat to me. Yeah. There's... there are a lot of interesting things going on there. And it just... I just go back to that, and I've talked about it a lot, but that one YouTuber who had the comment of, like, for Shadow Vanilla, Pure Vanilla saying, "You are me and we're lonely." Like, we're. Which I think that's, the we is the key part, and it's an important part of their relationship I feel like a lot of people overlook. Which is that Pure Vanilla is lonely too. Pure Vanilla, and he literally says this, but people gloss over it. Pure Vanilla says he understands that loneliness because he's lonely too. He gets it. Like, even in his case, he has friends, but there's a difference in having friends and peers. You know? And peers who understand the exact position, because he's deified. Yes, exactly. Like, Shadowmilk and Pure Vanilla both were they were, for lack of a better term, dehumanized in their roles. You know? They were isolated from others, not necessarily physically, but by their status, they were set apart. They were unpersoned, yes. And that's something Pure Vanilla has spoken on it a couple of times, actually, in the story, about how he is put on a pedestal and kind of, you know, and he expresses discomfort with it. With the way people put him on a pedestal or see him as perfect or idealized, you know. He's literally had dialogue before where he talked about not liking being seen that way. And being, you know, deified, like you said. Set apart from other cookies. He doesn't want to be set apart from everyone else or set above everyone else. You know? Because it's lonely there. He wants to be among everyone. He wants to be on the same level as others, not separated from everyone else. And that's something him and Shadowmilk have in common, is they both have been isolated from others because of their status and their position, you know, their roles, and the way that people regarded them. Shadowmilk was isolated at first as an idol, and then as a villain. You know? They're still just as isolated as they were when they were idolized. It's just now it's because they're a villain that they're isolated. So both of them have been forced into this isolation where even when they're out among other cookies, like, Shadowmilk has the minions with him, but he's still alone because they're not, you know, they treat him as being above and separate from them. Like, they're not friends. They're servants, basically, you know? They're not peers who understand his emotions, his feelings, and his experiences. Something about his relationship with his minions and their kingdom interactions, he's really dismissive. Yes, and that's because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't see them as equals or as peers to him. He doesn't, you know, they don't know what he's gone through and everything. They don't, even if they know, they don't really understand the depth of it. You know what I mean? Like, they're different. I feel like I remember you or someone in the server mentioning something about how Pure Vanilla expresses negative emotions more as Truthless Recluse because he's in a position where he's allowed to express them. To give an example of how I relate to that, me being able to express myself more online versus IRL. Yes. Yeah, and that's an excellent point. As a figure of the nature Pure Vanilla is, being seen as a figure of positivity and kindness, a shining beacon of kindness and gentleness, he's never allowed to be angry, and he's never allowed to be bitchy, for a lack of a better term. He can't get annoyed and mean, you know? He can't have real, you know, organic emotions, because he's expected to always be, you know, the wise, gentle, endlessly kind and patient leader. He's never been allowed to be to get frustrated and upset. Must have felt good as fuck to be bitchy with... Exactly, yeah. Yeah, to finally have an outlet. And he was only allowed to express those things. He was only allowed to express those things because he stopped feeling the pressure to live up to that. You know? Like, Truthless Recluse, his whole thing... Oh, hi, Jagist, hello! We were talking about lore and about, the way the fandom misreads characters and stuff. And, but yeah, Pure Vanilla, oh, what was I saying? Just thought of a new meta arena team. Oh, interesting. Do tell. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. And so, that's actually one angle of Shadow Vanilla that I think is something a lot of people don't really consider. The fact that with Shadow Milk, Pure Vanilla is allowed to feel those negative feelings and express them. You know? Because he doesn't think less of him for it or anything. In fact, he's the one who said, you feel these things, face up to it, you know? So Pure Vanilla's allowed to be a person. I think that's really, a big part of what the dynamic hinges on that people don't, a lot of people, even fans of it, don't see, is that Shadow Milk treats Pure Vanilla like a person and not a concept, like a deity, you know? Like, he's shitty and mean to him, but in a way that has to be a relief, because finally someone isn't putting him up on this pedestal as this example of perfection. Finally someone else acknowledges that he is flawed. The previous one, but instead of Awakened Hollyberry and Shadow Milk, it's Awakened Dark Cacao and Silent Salt. Huh. I would give that a go if I had Silent Salt, but I don't have Silent Salt yet, unfortunately. I was trying to get him this stream, but I've run out of things I can do for now to get more Light of Silence, so I'm gonna have to wait, I guess, but eh. Dark Cacao's not good in the meta? It depends. I might have to switch back to Hollyberry area instead of Dark Cacao. Yeah, Awakened Hollyberry is really good. Long story short, Pure Vanilla, my beloved, I get him. Yeah, I want him to be good. Yes, I feel that. God, I know that feeling. Oh god, it's past time for me to end stream. I got so caught up discussing character stuff. No wonder I'm losing my voice. I'd love to sit around and talk about Pure Vanilla more, but I'm literally losing my voice. My throat hurts. So I'm gonna end stream now, but why did more people start coming in when I was about to end stream? Aw, man. Why must Silent Salt be steel and dark? Well, anyway. Like I said, I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna end stream before I completely lose the ability to talk. Like, you can hear my voice is breaking. I enjoyed the stream, what I got to see anyway. Have a good night. Thank you! Why must he synergize with both Hollyberry and Dark Cacao? I don't know, man. But, anyway, thank you all so much for coming. This was a fun stream. I got a little... oh, no! Excuse me. I got a little lost in the shit about lore and about fandom, and we had a lot of serious discussion in this stream, but, you know, sometimes that's important to have. Thank you, Dandy. But I think it is important, as someone older in fandom, I do think it's important to talk about this stuff and to talk about, you know, the way things have changed and the evolution of it and everything. You gotta know your her story, you know? Anyway, I'm about to get to talking again and I gotta stop. Here's the Discord. If you're not in my Discord yet and you'd like to be, come join us. We talk about whatever. You can share artwork, you can share memes, you can share what you cooked for dinner, whatever you want. It's a great community. So come on in if you'd like to. And I talk about when I'm going live next there. I announce each stream ahead of time. I will probably stream tomorrow. I don't know. I might not. We'll see. We'll see. I'll announce ahead of time if I'm going to on the Discord. And that's it. That's all I've got for now. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye, everybody.